It says we are live. What's going on, everybody? Anybody here? Anybody here? Who's ready for the very first, ladies and gentlemen? You're here. You're here with me. It's a Monday night. We're getting ready to watch some amazing football. Bengals versus Cowboys. I know there's some people hyped up out there. Just like myself. Let's get right into it, all right? We got a good one going on right now. Everybody, what's up? Here we go. Let's see what we got going on today. First thing I want to start off with, all right? We're going to get right into this. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We're going to get right into this. We're going to hit real quick, okay? Before we get too far. It's a little bit of what I'd like to think of as, like, you know, one of those shows before the show, right? Let's get this bad boy off the screen. Here's what we got. We got a scouting report. You guys come here for the scouting report. I know you do. I come here for the scouting report. Let's get it started off, all right? Because there's some big things going on. I see some who days in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. The Bengals have a great chance to win this game. We have a great chance to win this game. That's why I want this to be my first one. I want to be positive. I want to be feeling good, all right? Boom. First thing that we're going to take a look at, though, all right? We got our whiteboard back here. This is going to transform later on. Just wait for it. But this is for the scouting report. For the Bengals, we have a new specialist in the room, okay? It's Cade York. Cade York's a 70% field goal kicker. I'm not in love with this, okay? When we look at the matchup that we have going on here between Cade York and Brandon Aubrey, I mean, do I have to tell anybody? That my arrow is going this way? I'm not left-handed. I'm preferring Brandon Aubrey in this situation, okay? Now, the punting battle that we got going on here is a little bit special, okay? He said we should watch the Simpsons version. That sounds horrendous. A horrendous amount of fun, I'll tell you that much, okay? For the punting battle, here's what I love, okay? We got a rookie versus a vet. We got an all-pro, Brian Anger. This dude is a monster, all right? But we got a young cat who's balling out of his mind. So, Ryan Rico, he's only had a chance to play in one singular dome match. He played against A.J. Cole, 58.8 yards a punt. You guys saw the catch. You saw the athleticism. Boom. Right here. 58.8 yards per punt in a dome. Anger, okay, 48.84 at home. Obviously, that's also a dome. So we know, I think we're going to favor Rico a little bit in punting. That might sound blasphemous. As a Ravens fan, I do not like that you're a Bengals fan. You should love it because I said something about Justin Tucker, and then he drained a 56-yarder on us, okay? I say things that just bring specialists to life in just the most devious of ways. Okay, so you should love the fact that I'm a Bengals fan because it means all of your specialists are going to perform better against me. Boom. You're the best special teams YouTuber, and you're the best special teams watching YouTube enjoyer. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. Anger. I think the slight edge in the punting battle is going to go to Ryan Rico. That's what I got going on back here. Told myself I was going to hold this with my left hand, okay? So, right here, we got a little bit of a battle to Rico. Now, here's where the things are going to take a bit of a twist, okay? While I'm watching the pre-game talk show right now. They're talking about offense, defense. The Cowboys have a big advantage. They have a huge advantage. If you're a Cowboys fan, they have one huge advantage on special teams aside from the kicker being Brandon Aubrey and the Bengals kicker being Cade York. That obviously is not in favor of obviously not in favor of us, the Bengals, in my opinion. No offense to Cade York. Brandon Aubrey's having a hell of a season. He's 14 for 15 at home. I think he hit a 65-yarder. All right, Cade York couldn't hit 6 5-yarders in a row. I'm convinced. That's a joke. Anyway, the biggest advantage that we've got going on here, Cavante Turpin. This dude is a weapon. Kickoff returns. He's averaging 37 yards on kickoff returns. That is a nightmare scenario. And punt returns, 11.8 yards. We're only taking off about 7 yards on punt returns when we actually get a chance to return them. No guarantees. What's going on, guys? Spencer, love it. Inky, who's winning tonight, though? I'm glad you asked. Obviously, the Bengals. I mean, we're really high-powered on offense. Our defense isn't that great, but we're taking on an anemic defense. You know what? I mean, I think we've got a really good chance to take this one off, as long as, yes, I agree. I don't think there's going to be a lot of punts going on today. But when we do punt, we have got to get this thing out of bounds. I do not care so much if we lose the gross punting yardage. We got to win the net. If we average 42 with a 42 net, we have a chance of winning this game. If we average 52 but give up a 60-yard return and a touchdown, we've got a chance to lose this game, okay? And when we're kicking off, I'm going to say this right now. I don't know who's listening. I don't know who's Cowboys fans, okay? But if we, I swear to my heavenly Father above, if we a single time, one time, put that ball in the field of play on kickoff, and we do not put it 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 deep out the back of the end zone on kickoff, I am going to paint this wall behind me red. No markers required if you're picking up what I'm putting down. It would make me so mad. There's no reason why this ball should not be going out the back of the end zone every single time. Here we go. So that's what we've got going on right now, okay? We've got a nice little setup. Bengals favored, I think, in punting as long as we can get it out of bounds. We're not favored in any return game, but that's okay. Luckily, here's why I don't put as much weight on return game as I do specialists, all right? Is that specialists can eliminate returners. Returners can't eliminate specialists. If you're a punter and you hit that ball out of bounds, no chance of it being returned. If you're a kicker, you kick it out the back of the end zone. Cavante Turpin can't do anything. He can just wave, just watch it go by. That's it. That's got to be our game plan as the Bengals. I'm feeling good about this game tonight, guys. How many more Bengals do we have in the chat? All right. Joe Burrow would win MVP if the defense wasn't ass. You are absolutely right, man. This is going to be a tough one for us, all right? It's going to be a tough one for us. Here we go. Let's get the chat in here so you guys can see them. It's definitely going to be, a little tenuous to say the least. But I'm feeling good. All right. Now, I saved a little bit of time to make sure if you guys had any special teams questions, shoot them on over. So that way we can get to... Let me mute this. So any special teams related questions between the Cowboys, Bengals, special teams battle going on tonight. So a big thing that I'm going to be doing, can't wait to watch Bart Simpson return a kick for a touchdown. Hopefully the version of Bart Simpson that we're watching does not get a return for a touchdown. I was just telling everybody, if you're the Bengals, if I'm a Bengals enjoyer, which I am, yes, I do love the Bengals. Hooday, all right? If you're a Bengals enjoyer, together, right, if we see Cavante Turpin catch multiple kicks in the field of play on kickoff, we're all taking the Kool-Aid, all right? I'm handing out Kool-Aid. If you get the reference, you get the reference. We're all going down together. The defense needs to stop. Yeah, I mean, the defense... I would love some defensive stops. Honestly, at this point, I'm expecting a final score of like 42-35. That being said, this is a Cowboys team that has not, they don't have Dak. So I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about our situation right now. Am I going to make a video about the UGA Texas game? 2 missed game-changing field goals and an injured punter. I'll have to look back at that one. Somebody called me out at it. Rank the long snappers tonight's game. They're both really good. I have nothing to say. I was scouting Cal when he came out of college. That's Bengals long snapper. Scouting Cal when he comes out of college. He's really good, but I'm not really sure. Not really too sure if there's going to be a sizable difference between the two and what they can do. But we'll see. We'll see. Clemson is the best team. Not so sure about that. I've got about 3 reasons. 3 reasons why I don't think Clemson is the best team. Maybe 4 if you count barely beating SMU. But I think Clemson's they're a solid team. They're going to beat somebody in this playoff match. Don't get me wrong. They're beating somebody. Okay. Whew. Did Thorson tear his ACL? I have to get back to you on that one. I'm not sure. I've heard a lot about the Thorson injury. Not totally sure what happened with it. But if he keeps him another year at college, I think Georgia's going to be happy about it. Although Georgia fans, I don't know if do we have any Georgia fans in here? I'm not sure. You guys have a stud for a backup punter, all right? You guys have a stud for a backup punter, and it is a guy named Drew Miller. He's really good. So be ready for that because I think he is – Drew Miller is the truth. Okay. Oh, he's out for the season. Yeah, so one thing I want to talk about during one of the commercial breaks, which I guess is no better time than now, and we'll pick it up every time. We'll get this bad boy situated. So we'll pick this up every time that we cut to commercial, and that's pretty much, I want to talk about the playoffs with you guys. Yeah, stud of a backup punter. I know it's not something you hear very often. Welcome to the Isaac Punch channel, where I know not only teams starting punters, I know a lot of their backups. Okay, especially at the collegiate level, because those high school guys, I'm just always keeping up with them, watching them rise to the ranks. Clemson's getting cooked. Oh, is Clemson playing Texas? Oh, Clemson's playing Texas. Yeah. I don't know, man. Texas seems pretty good this year. We'll have to see. But I'm pretty excited for this game going forward. So that was for those coming in who missed the scouting report. All right. So far, we've got Brandon Aubrey favored over Cade York. We've got Ryan Rico slightly favored over Brian Anger. And then, of course, we've got Kavonte Turpin, the lone best specialist I've ever seen, favored over the kick return game. It's been kind of returned by Posse for the Bengals. So there we go. Let's take some questions. What made me like special teams so much? So I was a punter in college, okay, and I kind of have this fixation habit, I guess you could say, right? So started punting, started to like it, and so I got really fixated on that. And then as I started to really just dive into it, I started diving in further with the other specialists and kind of learning some of the stuff from them, then spending a lot of time in the coach's office where we just talk shop. And then obviously once I kind of got out of college, I had a lot more time to reflect on my position and what I was doing in life. And as a punter, you either go two ways after college. You either go deeper into the special teams world, or you start doing real estate. That's it. Go look up any punter you've ever seen. Maybe an insurance broker, maybe, a tax professional or something like that. But yeah, just started just kind of really getting into the nitty gritty of special teams, fell in love. Eventually did some, a stint coaching at D1, which was a lot of fun, and I loved that. Here we go. So that's kind of just, and it just has gone from there. Watching McPherson film, kind of picking it apart. As a kicker, I noticed his plant foot is slightly farther forward than normal, leading to his contact to be earlier, causing it to hook. Yeah, I mean, everybody at the NFL level is so, they all have these little things a lot of times that are just kind of weird. You'll notice it more with punters, right? So there's a lot of really weird NFL punters that do weird stuff. I mean, kickers too, right? It's not quarterbacking where throwing motions are all not the same, obviously, but very similar. And there's there's training, boom, 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 over the top, stuff like that. At the NFL level, the punting is very different from punter to punter. Okay. And that's, and from kicker to kicker too. So you'll notice they'll have these little tweaks, and guys will be like, oh, should I study that? Should I do that? And a lot of time it's guys just got so good at whatever their thing was that they were able to make it work. And as a kicker or punter yourself, you're going to have to kind of study what your thing is to get better at that, would be my thing. Which team is better with the new kickoff, Bengals or Cowboys? I mean, it's not really a question. I feel like the Cowboys are insane. The Cowboys are nuts on the new kickoff. It's been one of the most fun things to watch for me. It's just watching the Cowboys on special teams is one of my favorite things to do. You guys might sit back and be like, oh, let me just kick back, go watch a new TV show or something. I'm like, let me just go turn on some all 22 of some Cowboys footage, huh? Let's turn on some all 22 of some Cowboys footage, see what they got going on. I love just have so much fun doing that. Logan Cook is the GOAT. Yes. Thank you. Finally, we're getting into it. How far away are we from kickoff now? Do I have time to talk about this? Yes, I got plenty of time. Yeah, Logan Cook. Logan Cook is one of the best punters that we've ever seen at the NFL level. Hands down. Bar none. A lot of people talk crap about that opinion. No punters I've ever met talk crap about that opinion. It's a lot of non-ball knowers. How high were my expectations of Ryan Rico? I think Ryan, I had him above Torrey Taylor coming into this year of this draft class. And, I think it's just really, I've always been super high on him. He's been really good in college. If If only the Cowboys had anything other than good special teams. Yeah. But hey, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so you know what? Screw it. I don't really care that they don't have to be good. The worse they are, the more special teams reps they get, right? Of my favorite special teams. So like the more points are being scored on them, the more kickoff returns are running. The more they're getting stopped on offense, the more they're punting. And I love Brian Anger. I hate okay. You guys want a hot take real quick here? Where am I? Favorite player on Bengals. I'm gonna get to that one in a second. Hot take. I already know who the Cowboys are gonna pick up as a punter next year. You might say, Isaac, would they ever part from Brian Anger? I say yes, because they have a generational talent coming out of college. They have a generational talent coming out of college for punter that no one is expected about, okay? No one is talking about Kai Kroger, University of South Carolina, the best throwing punter we have ever seen. Bar none. He's thrown for like multiple touchdowns, and he throws bombs. He throws dart, like he is slinging that thing, all right? So Kai Kroger, one of the best guys coming out of college we've ever seen for throwing. He's also a really good punter, so don't think I'm skimping on that. That guy can boot it, all right? And on top of that, guess which coach loves to run the most fakes on fourth down? You might say whoever's on the Lions. Okay, that's kind of a cheat code because they're doing everything on fourth down, all right? But what I'm trying to say is it is John Fastel. He was there with Hecker on the Rams. Anybody who knows Johnny Hecker with the Rams during his time there, dude, all day. They're throwing those little just like, they have the gunner's release, quick little comeback route right at the sticks, throw it to them, put it on them, free first downs. Okay, the Cowboys, and why I think this is going to happen, the Cowboys have had two failed fakes on fourth down. Not one of them, not Brian Anger's fault. He put it right on the guy and he just drops it. Hey, what are you going to do about that? The second one, Anger, I don't know if you guys kind of remember it. This guy's kind of running like a little flat, some little curl route. Anger kind of lobs it, gives the one defender time to go and make the play, so the guy doesn't get the first down. If Anger puts a little bit more heat on that, first down. It was a good call. Nobody really talks about it. Anyway, so Kai Kroger going to the Cowboys next year. I feel about as confident as that one as I did when I said the Bengals were going to pick up Brad Robbins, and I was right. Now, did that work out for them and Brad? No. But I did know it was going to happen. Who is my favorite player on the Bengals? So, bandwagon time. All right. Here's everybody can call me it. I don't care. I'm a Joe Burrow fan. He's one of my most popular videos is talking about Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I could talk about Joe Burrow all day. I loved watching him at LSU. And pretty much when I watched him at LSU, I was like, okay, wherever that guy goes into the NFL, I'm there. I'm a fan. Okay. So call me bandwagoner. I think I would have done it even if the Bengals ended up sucking. I mean, I'm still a fan this year, right? It is what it is. I just knew I loved watching his college tape. I knew he was going to be special, so it was. It's been awesome watching him do really well in the NFL. So I think that you kind of have a special bond with that bond is kind of a weird word for it, but like you have that special relationship with a player that you don't know. And Joe Burrow for me was like, that was my wow. Like I watched him in college, he was so awesome, got drafted by the Bengals, became a Bengals fan and never looked back. I was watching the Clemson game and we got the field goal and went crazy. I woke up and you made a vid on it. I saw you guys, I'm not gonna lie. So this is me, I didn't do a proper scouting report. I saw that your guys' kicker was like 74%. You guys lined up from 56 and I said no chance. I never looked back. It wasn't until I was making the video that I went back and like checked his stats and saw that they were all blocks. They have like 5 or 6 blocks. What was it, 7? Crazy. So I never knew that all of them were blocks. So I saw him line up with like a 74% make percentage. I was like, oh, this guy's cooked. I was like, Clemson has no shot. Pressure is like the only thing that specialists have to fight against, right? When you think about it, it's literally just us against the pressure. There's really not much more to it because it's not like anybody's touching us, right? It's can we operate at the appropriate speed against the appropriate pressure? Can we rise to the moment? Because aside from that, there's nothing else, right? It's not like I don't have to line up across from somebody, right? I'm not sitting there, boom, 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 trying to like never going to hit like the perfect punt like from backed up. You can hit one from close, right? You can put out of bounds at the one. You literally can't do any better. But like when you're backed up, it's very rare that you're going to hit like the bomb that you just like rest your head on the rest of your life and go, whoa, it's never getting better than that. Okay, here we go. Let's move on. What about Ryan Wright and Will Reichard? I like them. Me and Ryan are actually buddies in real life, so we've kicked together for a little bit. Will Reichard, I mean, he was always one of those guys. He's performed better than what I thought he would coming out of college. He's performed really well, and he's made some big kicks. I think he's missed a couple, but overall he's been really solid. Ryan's been really solid. I know they brought in Seth, so there was a little bit of question marks about that, but I think he's been really good. Bones is still a great coach, right? Absolutely. John Fassel, still one of the best special teams coaches. Don't let their record dissuade you from believing that. We love us some John Fassel around here. Who's got better swag than Burrow? No, insane. Like, right? I could not imagine going, 3 touchdowns, like scoring, as many times as he did by himself and then losing. I could not imagine as a Bengals fan having to do that. We do it like weekly. I don't want to hear crap from these Bills. It must be your first time. No, personally, I really like the kid from Temple. All right. He made a couple big ones. He made like a 65-yarder, 64-yarder, something like that. And yeah, I mean, he makes some big-time kicks. He's got a big-time leg. I think he's going to be a big-time NFL guy. Let's see. All right, so we're going to get this bad boy rolling. So on this blackboard or whiteboard behind me, here we go. Get this thing wiped off. Scouting report's done. Now, it turns into the hidden yardage tracker, all right? So what we're going to do, in the course of the game, since somebody gave me the great idea once, and the whole reason this stream kind of came to fruition is because somebody once was like, man, I wish we kept up with hidden yards in the middle of the game, okay? Here we go. So let's get over to our hidden yardage tracker. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep up with the hidden yards over the course of the entire game. So I'm going to do this just like I do my Excel spreadsheet. So we start off here, hidden yards. Boom. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to read this. You guys get to judge my terrible handwriting. Hidden yards, bang. So we start off at the very top. We're going to go through field position. Okay, field position is the first and foremost one, and we're not going to be able to calculate who won the field position battle till the very end, obviously, because it's like average. So we start off with field position. Then we're going to keep up right here. We're going to have net punt. Net punts. We're going to have distance, hang time, and then net, so that way we can also keep up with individual performances. All right, let's get the net punt over here too. Boom. So we got our net punts that we're going to be keeping up with back here. Let's see. As a Michigan fan, I feel like Zvada. You feel like he's underrated? Well, he's underrated by the committee, and the committee, everybody in the special teams community. I'll tell you this: we all know who Zvada is. All right, we all know Zvada-matic when we see it. Okay, so he is really good. Next, Cade York, missing in warmups, just shows that he's human. I feel like a missing warm-ups is a good game for me, not more than one. You understand a miss hit and feel it out. I mean, people are going to miss regardless, like anywhere. Like, you'll see some of the best punters have miss hits in games and such. So it's not, I don't take warm-ups too much in consideration as a mental game when I was in college. I used to like purposefully kick, not like kick like crap, but I would purposefully embrace, I guess you could say, miss hits and not really care too much about it. Because, I kind of want to keep people on their edge. Like, they'd see me, they'd be like, oh, that's the All-American guy. Oh, and then, they see me miss hitting. Like, oh, we finally got him on the ropes. They would not have me on the ropes. Someone was joking. Right, final score is. Yeah, all the bye week memes were killing me. They were all killing me. I'm a freshman high school kicker. I squat 315. I'm having a problem punting farther than 40 yards. Welcome to the club. Everybody has 40 yards is a big milestone. Once you start averaging over that, go watch, go turn on some D3 film, go look at the D3 stats. There's not a lot of guys doing it at that level. I mean, obviously, higher than that, they'll figure it out, but it's tough. Learn the form, find yourself a private coach and just keep plodding away at that. Okay, so we got our net punt set up. Boom, let's set up kickoff returns right here. And we're going to put pluses and minuses on everything. So that way we can kind of have a good idea of what who is winning and who is not. Okay, but I'm pumped up about this one. Let me go ahead and see down in chat. Who do you guys have winning this game, and by how much? Who is winning and by how much? Because it is going to be... what the heck just happened? Yeah, so just let me know who you guys have winning this game. Countdown to kickoff. Looks like we're about to lock in. That is a good question. 40-yard net or 40-yard from the kick. Because I'm feeling pretty good about, do you think anyone will solve the new onside kick? My kid, as your player, has tried a manner of ideas, especially kicking it into the ground from his hand for unpredictable bounces. Yeah, the onside kick, man, I don't know. It's tough. As good as you think you are at kicking an onside kick, I promise you, people are out there better at catching it. It is a little bit crazy. That's all I can say. There are guys out there like that you'll just sit there and all they're doing is just getting kicks drilled into their chest like for a couple minutes at warm up. So that is just something that guys are really good at. Even with the most unpredictable bounces, at the end of the day, you have to really rely on you have 104 to 105 the Cowboys. Yeah. That sounds like a pretty accurate score. You're glad the onside is dead? No. No, not one of my chatters thinking that they're happy the onside is dead. That can't be the case, right? That can't be the case. The onside was beautiful. Maybe the regular onside being, like, I don't know. I can't even get behind the regular onside being dead. I personally, I love the onside. I love the onside. Like, the surprise onside is such a fun play. It's one of the best. Thank you. The onside is cool. I think what would make it cooler is if they were allowed to, I would really like if they were allowed to actually, you know, hit drop punts for an onside. That would make the game a lot more fun, in my opinion. But, you know, what do I know? I feel like the drop punts for onsides make it cooler. 1 second, guys. We are trying to get this game pulled up so that way I can see it. I'm not sure why it is not working right now. I mean, my whole shebang is struggling right now. Onside here deserves a special place. I don't know if I go that far, but I mean, I personally like the onside. I like it. Oh, I see what's going on. Hopefully this doesn't end up being a problem.
Speed.
51 yards for the score.
Down by 17 here. They're coming back.
Yeah, and he hadn't had a touchdown.
Boom. All right, so we are up.
So the next Rams drive, Stafford goes to Cooper Kupp.
We are up and active.
Putting up a lot of points.
Oh my gosh, they already missed the kickoff. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. How did we know that I did not?
Jr. is inactive. Cody Ford slides out to left tackle, and Cordell Volson is back.
Okay, there we go. But we're back in the play-by-play. I apparently missed the first two plays. My internet was messing up. So sorry about that one, guys. So here we go. Just saw there. Coming in. It's now third down, so we might already have our first punt. If the Cowboys can stop us, we are going to be in a little bit of pain here. Okay, that's all I can even say. Is that if the Cowboys can stop us, we are going to be we are going to be in a little bit of pain. Now, hopefully that's not the case. Set up, it's 3rd and 6. All right, empty set formation here, a little bit of motion. We're bringing in the tight end. Bringing in 2 tight ends, okay? Moving everybody around. Now I'm going to go ahead and say it, you know.
3rd down and 6, pressure.
All right, boom. And they broke it up. So it looks like we're going to have a punting situation. First punt of the day already. Let's just cross our fingers, all right? So, Coming on in. Coming on in.
Cincinnati offense to start the night.
Let's see what we have going on for the Bengals on the punt team. The Cowboys, they like to do a bunch of different stuff, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on what sort of formations they bring out. I would imagine they would really like to have Cavante Turpin return this ball. So that being said, I got my stopwatch pulled up here. So that being said, I don't think they're going to come after it. You see they've got two guys back. They're doubling that right side gunner here. Sometimes they'll fake those guys standing behind. Yeah, so they're not bringing anybody. Don't really love Rico's extension on that one. Doesn't look like he caught all of it. 4.92, and there he goes. And there he goes. Okay. That is not a good... He had a lot of hang time, okay? Had a lot of good hang time, but you just cannot let him catch that ball on the field of play. They are blocking everybody into the dirt. You cannot let him catch that ball in the field of play. So let's... Let's head back over here.
All the guy does is win games.
Let's see what that net punt was.
He's the perfect backup. You know, back when Dak was
yeah, that was a really good return from him. I mean, there's a super clean catch, super clean ability. You know, he sees the field really well, and they did a really good job blocking. We kicked it away from where the return side was, and they still were able to get some yards off of it. And you just cannot under any circumstances kick the ball to that man Turpin. You just can't. So it's a 46-4-9, 46-4.9 to Turpin.
You see what they've done with points per
right.
game at home. It's not
Don't love that, but like I said, Turpin's going to be a game changer.
What he's been able to do over the last two games on average. And Zach Martin, we're going to be talking about him tonight as Brock Hoffman gets the start at right
Turpin returned that, John, a good little bit. 20 yards.
Nice little
that is bad. That is really bad.
Short of a first down as Geno Stone made the hit. After a gain
Thoughts on Chris Boswell? Chris Boswell is
he said, we're just
really
trying
good.
To get one or two
He's
more
really good.
stops a game,
He's
and
had
it
his
kills
years in the
me to
past.
say that.
Okay.
They're back kind of to basics. They're putting up. Teams are a lot of points against Cincinnati. Trey Hendrickson has been unreal, and Logan Wilson, who's the man
Chris
in the
Boswell's
middle,
just been a really good kicker. He's been really solid for them for the last couple of years. It's been really nice.
Where's the communication helmet? You saw.
I want to see a record field goal by Aubrey too.
Who gets the start?
Time check currently. There we go. Just so everybody's synced up. I am watching. Cowboys just got a first down. That's where I'm at. It's 12:04 in the first. Can I slightly lower the PC volume? Should have all the volume turned off. Let me check. Desktop audio all the way off. Is that better? Okay, boom. Turn that down. How's that sounding for everybody else? Can we get a good, not good, very good going on here? Try to turn it down. Hopefully it worked. Now it should only be my voice. I might turn it up a little bit so you guys can at least somewhat hear me or hear it and kind of keep up what's going on. All right, Cowboys are driving down the field. Now, they didn't need much, right? So when you get the ball back to 40, this is what I was talking about. When you're starting at the 40, you're starting in field goal range. This is a really, you know, that's not a game-winning strategy. It's to start the opposing team in field goal range. You know? Okay, boom. It's sounding better? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Good looks. This is my first time streaming. I don't know if you guys can tell. We got a little sweat going here, okay? Got a little nerves, a little anxiousness going on, but we're feeling all right. So, yeah, the punting situation, not really good. Here we go. They're taking a shot. We can't stop anybody. We can't break up a pass. We couldn't break up a marriage if the girl leaked us cheating texts. Okay, we can't do crap. We can't break up anything. It is just bad out here, guys. That's one thing that I hate watching the Bengals defense is it's like, yeah, sure, we're in decent position, right? I mean, he's there to potentially make a play on the ball. We're just not making the plays. Clung at 24-13 Cowboys. You must not have watched Bengals football this year. If we lose by 11, or sorry, if we lose by 9. We're losing 53-44. Come on now. 53-44. Anyway, if we can hold them here to a field goal, that should be fine for us right now. Okay. Are we feeling a little bit nervous about this game in particular? No, I think we should. Yeah, you're right. It is CeeDee Lamb. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb's good, but like we're not contesting the hands. We're not like making good contact. It'd be one thing, right? Like if I see a hand on the ball and it's contested, and then he just like has really good hands, I'm like, okay, hey, they got us. But, like, he didn't have great separation. We were right there. Oh, my gosh, they're running right through us. What are we doing? Harder than it looks. I would agree. Don't get me wrong. I would agree. I'm just saying we're not doing it. I know it's hard. These guys, but I've seen when you see some guys do it and you see other guys don't do it, you just want the guys who aren't doing it to do it. You know, same thing like with punting. I'm gonna get on some of these punters eventually, you know, and be like, hey man, you gotta make a better ball than that. I'm like, hey, it's harder than it looks. I agree. I know. I've been there. I haven't caught a pass before, but I know it's hard. Okay, 3rd and 2 though. But if I feel confident, they're probably gonna run it. But if we can get a good stop here, you know, there we go. Get them down behind line of scrimmage. Awesome. Okay, 4th down. We survived. Okay, so here we go. Matt Ariza can break up a pass better than our secondary. Yeah. Bengals do have to win. I think the Cowboys and Bengals are in similar. Oh, they're going for it, aren't they? This is not bad for us right now. This is not bad for us. A 4th and 1, I think, is manageable. Obviously, I don't love what our defense is doing this year, but I think we've got a pretty good shot at stopping whatever the Cowboys have going on. Here we go. 4th and 1. 4th and 1, empty set. No signs that they might run it unless it's a QB draw. Bringing pressure. Rushing it. No pun intended. And he throws it. I'm going to open my eyes. And somehow, CeeDee Lamb dropped that. I know I did not just see, in the year of 2024, CeeDee Lamb running wide open in the back of that end zone. Guys, nothing but pain. Nothing but pain being a Bengals fan. We go 3 and out, give the ball back to them on the 40-yard line. 40-yard drive down there, score. We got to do better than that. We have got to... am I back? Are we back?
Gentlemen.
Hey, Coach.
And we back,
New
and we
boots.
back, and
Genuine
we back,
alligator.
and we back.
Gator? I gotta call Albert.
All right, so we might be back. We might just be back.
He's not picking up.
I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Yeah, this Bengals defense has been a real rough one to watch, guys. We got a lot of Bengals fans in the chat. This has been absolutely brutal. I don't know about you guys. My mom saw that Bengals
You're
defense
like
didn't.
I was. You're
Am I back?
tired of worn-out
I gotta
plastic
check and see
mats
if I'm
under
actually
your
back or
office
not.
chair. They dent and crack, and they're uncomfortable to roll on.
My
I
OBS
found a
crashed.
premium alternative, a
We keep
glass
it a little
chair
bit
mat
okay,
by
I'm back now.
Vitraza.
Okay, awesome.
I
Drop
liked
for a
it
sec.
so
Okay,
much,
that's
I
not too
bought
bad.
the
That's not
company.
too bad.
I'm George Pardo, president of
Yeah,
Vitraza.
this is
Our glass chair
hopefully,
mats
you
are made
know,
of super
it's
strong
not looking
glass
too
and
good.
protected with
So
a
let's see what we
nanotech
saw
coating.
from
So you'll
that drive,
always
okay?
get a
The
smooth,
biggest thing
easy glide.
that
And they're
frightens
beautiful.
me, that shocks
Tired of
me,
replacing
that kind of
plastic?
disgusts
I
me a little
promise
bit,
this is the
really
last
happened
chair
right
mat
here,
you'll need.
okay? We
And
netted
give you a
26 yards on a
lifetime
punt.
warranty. Comfort, style,
We netted.
durability.
Let's get
A
this little
Vitraza
quick
glass
zoom in
chair
real
mat
quick,
will
okay?
completely transform your workspace. Home office or office.
Right
We stock
here.
18 popular
Net
sizes, and we
of
ship free to anywhere in the
26.
lower 48. Get
That
the
is
look you
not
deserve.
how you win a
I
football
invite
game.
you to
If
shop
you want to win a
online
football
at
game, you
Vitraza.com.
cannot net
Use promo code
26
TV
yards. We've
and
got to
save
start them
10% on
not
any
on the
glass
plus
chair
side of the
mat at
field. You don't win
Vitraza.com.
football games doing that. What's
Introducing
going on,
Mando
Tyler?
whole body
You just
deodorant
can't.
for pits, privates,
But
and
the
beyond.
fact that
I'm
we're
Dr.
starting
Shannon
off that
Klingman, the
way
inventor
is
of
very
full-body
brutal.
deodorant.
It
Like
is not
Mando.
very
Mando
good. It does
controls
not
odor for
bode well for the
72
rest of
hours.
this
And
game.
before you say it, Mando works better
But I
than shower
digress,
soap.
okay?
Rather
I'm
than
in a lot of
covering
pain
up
after
the oil
watching
with
that
fragrance,
touchdown.
Mando's unique
But you
formula
know,
stops
we
odor
live,
before it
we
starts
learn,
by
we try to
lowering
keep going.
the pH of your skin. That's my secret
This
to
will be
better
get
odor
for
control everywhere. Mando's unlike anything
Right.
you've ever tried
We have
before.
suffered.
Get over
Look,
30%
Justin
off at
Tucker did his thing with
shopmando.com.
Patrick Mahomes. Last year, and has suffered from it. Now this year, or for the last 3 years,
Well, the
we've been
roof is
suffering.
officially open this time, as opposed to 3 weeks ago.
It's
when we
just,
thought
it
would
is
be
what it
open,
is.
or I did.
Lower the is the
We're told
volume
it
up
would, and then they
again?
had
What's
some
it? Oh, because my
issues
OBS crashed. Good looks, guys. Sorry about that. Apparently, I gotta save this somehow. Okay, but we're back on kickoff. I don't think we have like a particularly great kickoff return scheme. All right, we kind of do, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're just, look at that. That's just so, I like that. Because it's like inviting the returner to try to bring it back out, right? Because like 2 yards deep in the end zone, but like you're just putting them on such a line. It makes it a question, dude. I'm watching this replay. We got burnt so hard, man. CeeDee Lamb's going to catch 200 yards tonight, isn't he? He's going to catch he's going to catch 200 yards. It is about to be so rough for us. But that's all right. Because now we get our Lord and Savior Joe Breezy out here to get us a good drive going. Here we go. We started off, boom, minus 30 again. Let's see how this turns out. What do I think of Will Bettridge? Will Bettridge. UVA. Is that their punter? Will Bettridge. UVA. Oh, that's their kicker. That's their kicker. I was like, I don't recognize that name, which is a little bit weird for me. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. 85.7% field goals. Can't be mad at it. Our defense makes any quarterback look like Tom Brady. Yeah. I mean, we gave Russell Wilson his best performance ever. So, I mean, our secondary is just cooked right now. We are just getting fried on every single level. He went to your high school? Oh, well, I mean, he seems solid. Was he a good high school kicker? He seems very solid for kicking, so you can't be mad at that. But okay, I'm feeling good. Feeling all right. 2nd and 2. We're set up. What's going on? We're set up in a good offensive position. Don't hate this, all right? Here we go. Got a single back shotgun formation on Joe Burrow's left. Back leaks out. Looks like Joe's going to have to dump it off to him. He gets it, scrambles across the 50. Okay, we're in the positive side of the field. Whew. There we go. Right, we got the easy extra 5. That's what I'm talking about. He made a 58-yarder in game. Oh my gosh, that is a boot. High school kickers, man, they're unreal nowadays compared to what they used to be. When I was a kicker in high school, it was like, well, I was never the kicker, but watching other kickers in high school, it used to be something like, oh, wow, kicker just hit a 51-yarder. Here we go. Joe Burrow under center. Okay. Got doubles on either side. Or no, 2 wide receivers on either side. Hands it off. Gives Chase some space. Chase finds a, 13-yard gain. Okay, we can live with that. A little jet sweep, I don't hate a jet sweep. I know jet sweep, for whatever reason, gets memed on. I guess certain coaches use it too much. I don't mind that at all. We set the edge there. Got some good blocking. Got downfield. We can score. Tom Grossi, Week 14 scriptwriter. It's hilarious. Just got done watching it. I love Tom Grossi. Here's a little inside thing. I don't watch any football analysis channels, but I love all the football skit channels and stuff like that. I'll watch Tom Grossi to death. I'll watch SEC Shorts. Those are the ones that tickle my fancy. Here we go. Joe Burrow drops back. Dumps it off again. Little screen. Pick up, 7? Okay, 7-yard gain. Flag. Holding on the offense. All right. That's going to set us back a little bit. That one does hurt. Amarius Mims. Come on now, man. Let's see. And it's on Micah. So, yeah, that's a hold. Not much to say about that. Brandon Perna. I do like Brandon Perna. I don't watch him as much as I used to, but I do watch some Brandon Perna. Okay, guys, come on. Let's lock in real quick because this is we cannot lose to the Cowboys. 1st and 20, though. I believe we're already near field goal range. Nope, we are officially back out of field goal range. Burrow back in shotgun. Moves guy over to his left. Hands it off. Okay. Make up some of that damage. What's the goal now? If you guys are the coaching staff, here's some of the little things in case you want to know what's going on in the headset, right? Is we're trying to figure out up top, hey, well, obviously you want to get the first down, but when you're set back and you're right on the brink of field goal range, please, for love of God, do we have somebody in the area? He's pointing like we did have somebody. Please tell me that we had somebody. We need AMEC. I love AMEC. I love Austin McNamara. Is that who you're talking about, Austin McNamara? But our punter is really good. No, dude, we're getting the intentional. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what. I don't even know what. I don't know. Offsetting penalties. Okay, we can live with offsetting penalties. We can definitely live with offsetting penalties here. Oh, they had 12 men on the field? Interesting. What was ours? If they had 12 men, what was ours? I thought 12 men just instantly killed the play. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, here we go. Whatever. 2nd and 16. I know. He was trying to sell it. I respect it. 2nd 16. Great ball. And there you go. Joe Burrow finding Jamar Chase. That's how we're going to win this game, all right? If Joe Burrow can find Jamar Chase like Cooper Rush finds, it was grounding. You can get grounding at a 12. I thought 12 man immediately killed the play. I thought that was a pre-snap penalty. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's only pre-snap on offense? I don't know. See, certain rules and stuff like that. I know a lot of rules. Certain ones like that. Okay, so it's 3rd and 2. Don't know if we're handing the ball off here because anytime I just like giving Joe Burrow the ball, but well, empty set. So I guess that answers that question. Very productive 2nd down. I agree. There we go. We get the ball to the running back regardless. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Look at how nasty that football looks. You guys see how gross it looks? Like just the next time we get a nice close up of it, they like mud those things right before, and obviously they have different kicker balls than quarterback balls, but whatever mudding treatment they do looks awful. Joe's going to break the new fantasy record for quarterbacks just after Josh Allen did, and we're still going to lose the game by 3. Yeah, that's kind of what I've just gotten used to at this point. I love like watching games and just being like checking the box score without looking at the regular score and be like, oh, Joe Burrow went off. I guess we lost by 7 points, huh? And being right. Oh, he didn't catch that? No. That was, guys, you're not going to throw a better ball than that. That was a perfect one right there. That was just about as good as you're going to get. Did you see the offsides they did not call on the Rams yesterday? Yeah, I saw, but, that's been one of those things, and I'm not sure if you're saying offsides or false start. It might be offsides. But I know one thing I've been seeing a lot is there's been a ton of false starts that have not been called for whatever reason. It's a very strange conundrum. 12-man is a post-snap since you're 12-man. Okay. That's valid, I guess. I know that you can get a 12-man in the huddle or something like that. There we go. Okay. So, the Cowboys know how to play defense. The Cowboys know how to play defense. All right. Awesome. It's going to make this game a little bit harder. Able to break that one up. Yeah, that was a really great play. Really great play right there. Actually, you know what? No, it wasn't. Chase just dropped that one. I thought he got a hand on it. I thought he got a finger on it or something. But that went right through the breadbasket. So that's why I catch with the hands. Sometimes you have to catch like this. Catch it right into the gut. But not always. But right now we're in field goal range. I don't know if we want to settle. Come on, but they allowed 77 red zone percentage allowed, right? I like our odds here. If we can just get this first down. Joe rolls out. There we go. We've got it. All right. Okay, there we go. There we go. Boom. You said, so now we can use he has no weapons after one drop. Yeah. Oh, on the not. Oh, yeah. That one was good. Sorry. There's a little bit of delay. My brain's delaying a little bit, trying to process what's going on over here. I could watch Joe Burrow play quarterback all day. He is so stinking accurate at QB, and just makes such sound decisions. It's one of those things. Like I am Joe's greatest glazer. All right, I just could watch Joe Burrow film all day. Like I think it is a objectively wrong thing to hand the ball off when you have Joe Burrow as your quarterback. I think every play you should be throwing the ball, right? I don't care if you're throwing it to the running back, but you got to just give this man an opportunity to make a decision, and it's going to make your team better. Is that a hot take? I don't know. Joe Burrow is just the best thing going on for the Bengals right now, and then a close second is Ryan Rico, their punter. That guy's good. That guy kicks the ball. His last return wasn't his fault. It was directionally sound. It had good hang time. It's just to Gavante Turpin, and it's against the Cowboys, who are dang good. But here we go. We got to get in the box here. He's looking for Chase. He finds him. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Did I just bring the boom on accident? I think I did. Okay. There we go. We are in there. Let's get it. The race is officially racing, right? If we don't score there, I think, we still have a good chance to come back. But one thing about it, look at the timing on this, right? Chase completely not even looking, right? Breaks on his route. Immediately, ball's right there. So stinking accurate. I've never seen a bad interception from Joe that was inherently his fault. I agree. There are sometimes some corner cases where a ball's a little bit high, so it goes to a DB who's sliding up to catch it, which looks worse than it is, but never that one. Who's a quarterback that just throws a bunch of really bad ones? Like that Jameis Winston, whatever year he was just. Buddy, that was a little bit too close for comfort. I'm not sure what that flag was on. Gosh dang it. We got to delay a game on an extra point, dog. What are we doing? We're trying to pad stats here. Come on. All right, Cade York. Do not do this to me, buddy. Do not do this to me. So, fun fact, when Cade York was coming out of college, I don't want to say I predicted that he was going to be a bust, but I kind of had a feeling. I did make a video about it. When I made my Cade York breakdown, I definitely was not the highest on him out of anybody. But right now, I need you to prove me wrong in every way possible. Please do not let this game be my fault. Okay? Here we go. Get back. Clean snap. Clean hold. Everything looks good. That ball flight looked a lot better. I think the first one, there was a little bit of movement. I know. How do you get a delay game on extra point? That's what I'm wondering, man. What are we doing here? Okay. And we're good. York with the hook. He's taking his... Right. Everything that... Look at how nasty that ball is. But yeah, everything that McPherson does. Okay. Cut into commercial break. What are we learning on that drive? Let Joe Burrow cook against these guys. We got to force, on this next drive, we got to force the Cowboys. We got to force a turnover. We got to force a punt. I want us to be ahead in this race. Isaac, I've been watching you grow. I love your stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's been crazy. We just passed 100,000 subscribers. I'm feeling really good about that. It's awesome. And I'm happy. So for a first stream, I'm not going to lie. I'm happy there's not too many people in here. All right, we got a nice little 35, 36, up and down. That makes me feel good. All right, that's a good little group of people. That's good. I know a lot of people probably want a lot of numbers and stuff like that. I'm happy with this. This is awesome. Hey, Isaac, I love your vids. What's up, Mr. Waifu Taker? I can't believe you just made me read those words out loud in that order in the good year of our Lord 2024. I'm glad you liked the vids, though. More special teams vids to come. This is just something I wanted to play around with, kill some time. I'm rooting for the Bengals on this one, although I hate You hate the Bengals? Where are you? You somewhere else in the AFC North? What's going on, Mr. Blob? Stop motion? Oh, you make some stop motion animations, Blob? But I always hate the Cowboys more than the Bengals. Hey, even if you hate the Bengals, we can come together on our equal dislike for the Cowboys. I grew up a 49ers fan, thanks to my dad, who lived out in that area for a while. The dude loaded the emotion that way too, and you just knew it was going to Chase. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, anytime they line up him on the other side, I just know. Wash your hoodie, bro. Believe it or not, this is wash. So I've had this hoodie since early high school. It's a comfort wear, It's a comfort wear. I've had this bad boy for forever. And so it just has all sorts of stains and stuff on it from back in the day. This is a very old hoodie. I've done a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Outdoor work in this hoodie. So it's probably got some bleach and stuff on it. I'd say had some run play broke through the first down pass. Exactly what you want from. Yeah, I would have liked this. This possession felt like how our first possession should have gone. Right? It would have been awesome if our first possession went that way. It felt very clean, very fluid, not a lot of mistakes. No runs for losses. There was the one holding call, but aside from that, everything was all good. So that was a pretty clean first possession. Here we go. We're going to kick it back off. Boom. Got to text my wife real quick. Anybody want me to send my wife a message for you? Just let me know. Nothing inappropriate. All right. We're kicking off. Cade York, good. He got the message. It's going deep. You do not ever want Turpin to return this ball. You do not want Turpin to return this ball ever. Classic hoodie. Right. I mean, your hoodie's supposed to be dirty, man. Like, what are we talking about here? That first Cowboys touchdown was like watching my 9-year-old self playing Madden 94. Scary in this matchup. I'm just hoping we can just make some stops. That's all I can really hope for, honestly. Here we go, though. On defense, they hand it off. Boom, 3-yard gain. We can live with this. We can definitely live with this here. Our defense, once again, for those who are, used to watching Bengals football, our defense is Can you guys see this? Oh, there we go. All right, boom. Sorry. It was bugging. It was bugging right now. Anyway, our defense has been struggling this year. What is going on? Can people hear me? Can they see me? I'm not. Oh my goodness. No, I mean, a burn victim is one thing. I feel like our defense is more of like a... Okay, we're back. Our defense has been just shot up. Oh my gosh. And while I was trying to fix that, CeeDee Lamb. Dude, are you kidding me? Like, we're never going to be able to stop this guy, are we? We are never going to be able to stop it. Well, that's one way to do it. If we just take their receivers and simply throw them on the ground, we are going to be okay, it appears. That is going to be our ticket out of here. Is we have to let all the receivers just trip nonstop. Now, my OBS has me frozen. Guys, am I moving on here? Anyway, that's beside the point. We have got to stop CeeDee Lamb. And preferably if we could do it on the other side of the 50 so they can't kick a field goal. I have a feeling that this game, if we get a stop around midfield, like, oh my gosh, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, double team. They're just gashing us. We're missing tackles. All right. We had an opportunity there. We're scrambling around on defense. CeeDee lined up at the top of the screen. We don't even need a play action. Okay, there we go. We got a good stop there. We actually were, balling them up. Yeah, I know we have to stop Dowdy and we have to stop CeeDee. Right? We are just struggling to stop anything right now. But hopefully, or Dowdle, what'd I say, Dowdy? How you know I was an A&T alum. So yeah, we got to stop all these guys. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think that we're in a good, I think if we can kind of just don't get 2 scores away, That's, I think, our goal for the night. Don't get 2 scores away and stay, for the love of God, stay within a 1-score game and then just have the ball at the end of the game. I think if we can have the ball at the end of the game, we're going to win. Okay? Somewhere we're going to have to find a stop, a possession, where either we force a punt and then score, or we get an interception. Preferably don't stop any of them. Okay. Found the Cowboys fan. We found the Cowboys fan. All right, so what is going on? So my chat looks frozen. Looks like Bengals have 9 men on defense. I think 9 is being generous, right? It feels like we've got ghost players out there that are there, but it's just not much is happening, right? No stops are being made unless they run into one of our real players on accident. I think our pass rush would literally be the equivalent of a turtle pushing a car without Hendrickson. Yeah. I mean, our pass rush, we are not getting a lot of penetration. It's just not like there's not a lot of good things to say about our defense except for Hendrickson. Hendrickson has been just balling out of his mind. But yeah, right now things are not looking too good. So let's pop these bad boys back in. I'm gonna restart my OBS. Give me 2 seconds, guys. All right, and we're back. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Okay, having some issues there. Let's see. So, what do you think about our contract and salary cap management situation? Okay, this is where I might be called a fake fan by some. On the YouTuber, on the football analytics side of stuff, a lot of things I actually don't keep up with too much, like the salary cap stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I like keeping up with a lot in the pro football world, but I think since I dipped my toe into like college football and pro football, and I'm mostly on the specialist side of things, the salary cap stuff has just been always elusive to my vision. So I don't want to talk about it from a place of authority because I don't know too much about it. Do I think we're going to be able to reload for Burrow? I can only hope. Do I watch college football? Yes, I watch a ton of college football. Love college football. I think watching special teams in college football is the most eye-opening for how important special teams is. I think a lot of NFL fans don't appreciate special teams so much because the parity is so high. But here we go. As we're getting started, we got CeeDee Lamb, bottom of the screen. They're looking to score. Gets his one-on-one little rub route. And it's picked. What'd I just say? I said we need a big pick. I said we need a big interception. That's what I am talking about. Let's go. So we get an interception back. And we are so back. All right, because I don't care where we're at. I think, we're backed up right now. I think we're inside the 10. Yep, clean catch. Does he get... Oh, that ball touches the ground, but it's not moving. Ball touches the ground, but it's not moving. So I think I like that. Steelers fan here. Gonna say Bengals are my favorite team in the division. Not name the Steelers. Keep sucking and letting us beat you, and you'll stay there. Ha ha. That's awesome, man. At least we make your quarterback look good. I can't even talk crap right now because we are just getting the break speed off of us. TJ Watt is prime or Hendrickson is prime? I mean, come on. Is that a question? We asking that question right now. What do you think about Penn State this year? Penn State needs to beat... They need to win a game in this playoffs so that way people take them seriously. They look good in the conference championship, but they need to win a game in the playoffs. I know we almost sold in the pick, dude. I would have, like I said, I would have lost my mind if we did not get that. Yeah, let's get a little bit of Steelers hate in the chat, okay? I know I got some Ravens fans in there. Can we dog the Steelers a little bit? My wife's a Steelers fan. They're not saying that's a drop, right? I mean, he has possession. The ball's not moving. Please, if they overturn this drop, dog, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, that's clean. That's clean. That's a clean catch. That ball's not moving. It touches the ground, but it's allowed. Little known fact, it's allowed to touch the ground. Okay, they're not overturning it. Please just get this ball off. Not seeing the motion there. Here we go. Steelers Ravens both suck. Go Browns. Well, I won, but at what cost? Okay, here we go. So we're trying to create a little bit of space, get out of our own 5-yard line. Ravens suck. We beat them with only Chris Boswell. You guys have beat... I don't think it was the incorrect call on upholding it. I didn't see a lot of movement when it hit the ground. Seahawks fans too? Wait, now I got to go up. Who's this guy hating on? I'm a Packers fan. Okay, I respect Packers fans. Except when they talk about quarterback struggles. Like, the Packers have never known quarterback struggles as long as they've been alive. That's got to be nice, right? Like, your worst years... your worst years as a Packers fan, you still have, like, a very solid, good quarterback. And Joe Burrow finds him again over the middle. It's just too easy. You cannot put Joe Burrow far enough back on the field that we're not going to score. I didn't like that catch either. Surprised they didn't at least allow to review it. Thank you, John Butcher. I don't know if I'm a punting legend, but talking about punting, that I can get behind. I'm a Bengals fan because it's depressive. It's perfect as you're from... Hey, we got a Finnish viewer here. We've got a Finnish viewer. Well, that makes me sad that you think it's... Are Finnish people depressed a lot? Is that like the meme? Jordan Love is great. Jordan Love is pretty good. He is pretty good. It makes me, well, I can't say it makes me sad because I literally started watching the Bengals for their quarterback, and the play has been excellent since he's been here. But it does feel good knowing that we've got a really good quarterback here at the Bengals. Even though right now I was looking for my Bengals hat. All I got on, a little bit of Lake Erie Storm. Any Lake Erie Storm football enjoyers here? Anybody know? Could anybody tell me what town of Ohio the Lake Erie Storm plays in? Anybody get me the stadium name for the Lake Erie Storm? Here you go. Pass, find chase, find a bunch of extra yards after catch. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta respect the winning record for decades, though. No, actually, I don't even hate the Steelers. I'm just I just feel like it's only appropriate when people hate on the Bengals that I've got to hate on our other rivals, but I'm a bandwagoner, you know. Depressed, Finnish are the U.S. vets of Europe. Just me or is Clemson washed? Yeah, I'm not so sure. Well, I really, during halftime when we've got time to kill, I want to open up this can of worms known as, the college football playoffs. Playoffs, I don't know why I said it like that. The playoffs. Because I think it's a real interesting one. Here we go. We're picking up another 8-yard gain. Guys, I mean, we can't be stopped on offense. I'm sad I missed most of the first drive because I don't know what happened. I don't know how we were forced to punt. That was terrible. But I'm glad that that's over. Finnish people are sad because it's dark over there all the time. Can we confirm? Can we confirm or deny that Finnish people are sad because of the lighting issues? Not so sure that we can. But I'm feeling good about this one. We're already on the plus side of the field. Hating on the Bengals is like hating on the Bible, just not justified. Texas A&M did sell. I'm a Broncos fan, but our punter is bad. I don't know, Rhett. I think Dixon has been pretty solid. He can be hit or miss at times, but he hit some big-time punts. He's put a lot of punts inside the 5 this year. I've enjoyed watching some Dixon film. Now, do I think the gap between where he should be, which is up here, and then where he is on average, which is a little bit lower, I think he should be better than what he does. And if that's what you're talking about, I can get behind that. I also like holding punters to their highest standard. You're from Northeast Ohio. I am too, but more the county. No, I'm not from Northeast Ohio. That is close to where Lake Erie College is. But no, I'm not. I'm from North Carolina. So, see, like that is considered a Joe Burrow bad ball. One that's just like a little bit too low. I love that for us. Yeah, like I said, Riley Dixon isn't bad. He should be better. On average, when he does punt well, he punts really well. But he just, is usually okay, right? He's in this area, and we would like him to be here. And he has games where he's here, and that's what gets us all excited. And then but on average, just goes there. Can't justify a bad punter at Mile High. I agree. I think, and that's part of the reason why I think he should be more consistently better than what he's doing. Here we go again. He has no weapons, guys. Yes. Get Joe Burrow more weapons. Obviously, all he has on this team, not good enough. We need more. Just 1 year. Just 1 year. Look at that throw. Look, is it just weird that I know out of his hands which ones are going to be caught? Like, when he just kind of locks in and just slings, I'm like, yep, that one's going to be good. Projection for who wins the Ray Guy Award. I'm glad you've asked. I think Ray Guy is going to Eddie Shipletsky. Highest average, highest grossed average. I think they really want to give it to Alex Mastromano. All right, it's a 4th and 3. What do we got going on? Okay, we're going for it on 4th and 3. Let's get this play. Now I'm going to answer Ray Guy Award question. 4th and 3. Got a guy in the backfield. My gut always wants to say Mixon, but that's not who it is. We drop back. That's good. I see it. They're going to dump it off to him. We got there, and he drops it. Can we get some no weapons in the chat? Can we get some no weapons in the chat, please? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's... that's tough. All right. Turnover on downs. At the 40. And here's kind of what I'll say, and this is why I don't even mind. Like, when teams turn it over on downs inside the opposing 5, it's pretty much like a good punt. It's still hard to score, right? So just because it's a turnover doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. And we're seeing that right now because we go and turn it over on downs. Now they're starting at the plus 40. Okay, so when we look at their starting field position, they've started now at the plus 40 and the minus 40. That's winning football for them. It's not winning football for us. It's a shame we don't have Jefferson. Definitely not my fantasy, and definitely don't glaze them on Twitter. Bring some spoons to a knife fight. I don't think he actually has anything against Chase, guys. I don't think he actually has anything against Chase, for those wondering. I think we just want more weapons. We want more. And who can blame him? I think right now, what I'm seeing, I would have liked to see us potentially, where were we at? The 40-yard line? That's a tough spot to punt from, 4th and 3 from the 30. Yeah, you know what? Actually, it's probably just never going to be the correct thing in this game to punt. I'm going to say it. Unless we're really, really far backed up, we should probably just not punt this game because we're punting it to Turpin. We can't cover, and then we can't play defense. So I think our best bet is going to be to try to score every single drive. All right, where would I rank Ryan Stonehouse as of right now? As of right now, Ryan Stonehouse is kind of hard, right? So Stoney is getting just the short end of the stick, okay? They're not blocking for him, first of all. They're not covering afterwards, second of all. And they're making a move really fast. If you watch some Stoney film, you'll notice he'll like catch, get those laced up really quick, and he's like 1.02, right? Really fast, getting the ball off. It's hard to be a high-level punter doing that. So he's just kind of getting screwed right now. So I feel bad for him. Obviously, what I'm implying is he's not playing his best brand of football. I don't really think it's his fault, but right now, from what he's putting out, it's low, right? Like he has like a 34-yard average or something like that. Ryan had such a good rookie year. He did. I mean, Ryan is still, even his second year in the league, he was still really good. One of the best punters in the NFL. He's just been overlooked, but he's been overlooked since college. That's how me and him became buds. I made a lot of content about him when he was coming out of college because I thought he was really good. But here we go. Bengals are going to get a stop. I feel it. We're going to get another interception. It's Cooper Rush. Pitch it back. Okay. That is what we call not a stop. That is a pretty sizable gain there. Was that 6 yards? Anybody here watching the Simpsons streams? Evan McPherson at QB if I'm Zach Taylor. Got to use the contract for good. Bro can't. We got a Bengals insider trader happening right here. He is the shortest in the NFL. Who's the best punter from both the NFC and AFC? Well, I mean, obviously Raiders have AJ Cole, so he's got to be the best. Let me see. On the spot, I got to look through and see who I think is the best real quick. So AFC, we got to go Raiders. It's tough because like the Jaguars are also in that division and Logan Cook's really good. But I mean, yeah, we still have to go with AJ Cole until he gets stopped. Speaking of until he gets stopped, oh my God, are they going to score on this play? No, okay, we run it, we hand it off, and we're just kind of giving up free yards here. If we can't stop the run, guys, this game is cooked for us because we're definitely not stopping a lot of passes. But this is going to be a rough one. Yeah, so they just do a little bit of a, what was that, like inside zone? He just found the hole. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. And then NFC, best punter from the NFC. That's tough. The NFC is actually a little bit weak this year. It is a little bit weak, except for the Lions. Lions have the best punter, hands down. I know. I'm so mad that we've got a Cowboys viewer in here. Rico is absolutely just dogging us right now. Bro, we've got to be able to find a way to stop the run somehow, okay? Because we're not doing it in the middle. we have to either like bring in more pressure, have more linebackers that are playing in those gaps. But it is tough. Michael Dixon is also really good. I'm also a Michael Dixon fan. The Bengals need to win out and the Broncos need to lose it. I think the chances of the Broncos losing a bunch is not low. Not as low as people think. But Bengals winning out with our defense is a little bit tough. And there we go. That's talking about why. One missed tackle, and that negative play got turned into a 4-yard play. How do I feel about Matt Ariza? I think he's a solid punter. I'll say this. All right, my initial analysis on Ariza, maybe because of he had a year off for reasons that we're not going to get into, but he had a year off. And he's done a lot better than what my initial analysis on him was coming out. Because he did not hit the hang time punts that he hits in college here in the NFL. Well, I think having a full year, yes, the channel was around when Ariza came out. I had him as, I think, my second highest punter in that draft class. He might have been my third. I can't remember. That draft class was just completely stacked. But here we go. We might get a field goal. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Brandon Aubrey, 4th and 5. Send him on. But yeah, my analysis on Ariza was he hit a lot of just low hang time punts down the middle. So wasn't really, I didn't hate what he had as his body of work, but I didn't think he was going to be that good, and he has done really good. But he's also kind of like a second-year guy now, but this is his rookie season technically. It's a little bit strange. I think maybe if his rookie season happened, I'd be a little bit more vindicated, especially in Buffalo. Good snap, good hold. So, like, for those wondering why Brandon Aubrey is so good, just take 5 minutes and just go watch Brian Anger on these holds. Do you notice just how, like, smooth he is? Like, that ball is in the exact spot it needs to be. He's not, like, rushing. He's not, flipping it and just grabbing it and ripping it down. He just catch and place. And then all Brandon Aubrey does is just step and swing. It's just, like, that is probably the smoothest operation in the NFL. I read an NFL article the other day talking about how, or not an NFL article, but some article talking about how they said the Ravens had the best operation in the NFL. Not even close, okay? Not as long as Anger's out there. We need a DeMar Hamlin 2.0. No. We cannot have that. That would be bad. Bad for the vibes right now. Bad for the vibes. Okay, here we go. Did I see Chad Ryland punting yesterday? I did. I did see Chad punt yesterday. He was doing all right. I actually just read that he punted yesterday. I didn't actually go through and look at everything that, like how he actually did, like how the balls looked. Were they turning over? Were they miss hits? Were they end over end? I didn't do all that yet. I just kind of read through, but I was like, oh, look at that. He did all right. I would say this, though. It's probably easier for a kicker to come in and be a backup punter than a punter to come in and be a backup kicker. But I think punting is harder than kicking. I don't know if that makes sense. Was Ariza hyped by other people coming out? Yeah. Believe it or not, I was not the only guy hyping him up. Ariza was known as the punt god coming out of college. The punt god. He broke a college record for the longest punt average in NCAA history. He had a lot of good things going on for him in that regards. He won the Ray Guy Award for the best punter given out. So he was really hyped up. He was very hyped up. For some reason, I loved him before the allegations happened. I thought that was because of you. It might have been. I talked about him a lot. I did talk about him a lot on the channel. Is Joe DePro coming back in the spring? Yes. Joe DePro. Last year was 2 Joe, 2 Pro. This year, Joe DePro Tokyo Drift. All right. Evan's out there on defense right now. This is why you draft a kicker. Yeah, Buddy's overcoming his injuries. We need a freaky halftime twerk show from Joe Burrow. What are we talking about? Dog, what are we talking about right now? What is going on in the chat? What is going on in the chat? A freaky twerk show from Joe Burrow. Okay, now we need a big kickoff return. Aubrey and the Cowboys, they like to kick it in the field of play. I don't know if we do it. but the Cowboys definitely do. The Cowboys will try to kick it in the field of play and try to hit it low. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we've got a 2 returner set. I don't love 2 returner sets. Looks like we're returning it. Like, look at that. Right in the field of play. See if we get good blocking here. We get a couple good blocks. Okay, we get out to the 36, 37 yard line. We can live with this 100%. So they started at the minus 40. Boom. And then now we start at the minus 37. Now that being said, we still have this bad boy looming over us. Their one score, boom, comes when they start at the plus 40 after a 26-yard net punt. Not winning football, as I always tell guys. Not how you win a football game. Rookie-o drift. Let me explain one thing. Okay, to up the team's morale, we get him as team leader. Turk. What are we talking about here? Do you think Matt Rice's college average will be broken anytime soon? It's really hard to tell. It is very hard to punt that far that consistently, especially in college. Like, the situation you have to have is kind of perfect when you think about it. Because when like, to average 51 yards per punt, you have to be taking like a significant portion of kicks from relatively backed up or hitting a 51.5 yard punt on average or higher, because you have to probably hit higher than that, is a realistic thing to do. So when you're kicking off and you're starting at the 20, you kind of have to be on a team that's not getting a lot of multiple first down drives to the point where you're not hitting a lot of pooch punts, which if you watch Matt DeRise's season, they were not doing that whatsoever. I think he maybe hit like 4 or 5 on 80 attempts or something stupid. Might have been less than 80, but it was a lot of attempts. What's going on, Spicy Dragon? So, the chances of somebody actually breaking Matt Rice's record, in my opinion, just situationally is tough. Well, in the NFL, it's a little bit different. Well, it's not different. Like, the field position thing is worse, but the punting is so much better. Like, the footballs are nicer, all that stuff. But here we go. Where it's 3rd and 7. Really need to pick this up. They look like they're bringing pressure, then drop back. Joe Burrow might have a lane. Doesn't. Finds his guy, though. And here we have it. First down. Never doubted it for a second, baby. Never doubted it for a second. That's what I'm talking about. The Chiefs used their safety. I actually just made a video about that. Exploring engineering. I just made a video about that. Where they were using Justin Reed to kick off. I think more teams are going to do this. I'm not sure how much prior experience Justin Reed has to kicking. I know he kicked last year. People talked about that on that video. Like, I didn't know that. I know he kicked some last year when Harrison Butker got injured. But I'm saying, like, outside of that, how much experience does he have? I don't know. Like, how much did he have coming in this year? How much did, like, he actually have to get trained up to be able to do this versus was he doing this back in college? Like, messing around with it? Who knows? But if teams can find more guys like him, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them start putting guys in. My wife's boyfriend is a Bengals fan, so I hope they lose. I'm sorry to hear that for you. Do we expect the Broncos to lose to the Colts? That's a tough question. The Colts are kind of an enigma, kind of an anomaly, right? Depends on how good their quarterback plays. Dump Truck Joe is crazy. Chat, are we getting a little zesty right now, chat? Is that what's going on right now? Come on, we're trying to focus on football. We're trying to win this game here, Bengals fans. Okay, here we go. Dump it off again to the tight end. He's getting teabagged by his own teammate. That's what I'm talking about. We're getting yards. We're moving forward. I'm feeling good about this drive coming up. So this is what I was talking about, right? We hold them to a field goal, and that's what we need to do. I don't think the Cowboys, this is not going to be a field goal winning game for them, right? Like, you'll have some games, shout out to the Steelers, where you're going to win by just kicking field goals. I'm not sure that's going to be the case for these guys. Dump it off to the back, and we pick up the first down. And then some. We got one guy to beat, and did we cross the pylon? We took out the ref. I'm not sure if he was able to see that. We jumped into the pot, but they're saying he's short. First and goal. And there's a lot of times when Joe Burrow was open to run, he passed instead. Is he not a quarterback who's known for running the ball? I would say, wait, do we really step out of bounds here? No way. No. That's a touchdown. That's a touch. They're going to review that, and we're going to get a touchdown. He better put that, better throw the flag. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Yeah, it's a touchdown. I mean, come on. I see a sliver of green right there. From everything I've heard, that's all you need. It's just that little sliver of green. So we are good. Well, that part's not the one I'm worried about. That's a touchdown. Okay, number one. We like to see a bit of guys, why is my chat getting increasingly by the second susser? What do you need to chart in a combine to 100% get picked up by an NFL team? That's a loaded question. Because I've seen some guys do some stuff that I'm not sure a lot of NFL guys would do if they were given a chart that haven't gotten picked up. You kind of have to, like, have a good reputation already, and then chart insane probably like 3 times in a row. So like you already have to be like kind of known as a guy who could potentially be in the league, and then go and chart and just like go berserk. I'm talking like it has to be above 54.9 minimum, right? So it's got to be at least above a 54.9 if you want to be able to make it into the league. But okay, so there we go. I think they're going to overturn that call. Hopefully when they come back, they're going to overturn it, and then we're going to be looking at a kickoff where hopefully Cade York. So Cade York on the last one did not kick it as deep as I would hope. It looks like we're trying to kick the ball directionally on kickoff, because I think the Cowboys have just a better scheme than us. Yes, we got a nice little 37-yard return. So when you get a big return, it's going to become very tempting for a lot of coaches, in my opinion, to want to now, instead of kicking it deep, say we can get an advantage on kickoff, right? So we're going to kick it into the field of play and attempt to prevent them from returning it. So that's how you win special teams games, right? When you get a big return, now you have to try to pin them. So that way you have an advantage. That being said, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. And I don't know, and I'm sure the coaches already know that's not a good idea, but a lot of times coaches will start thinking that is, you know, a play that they could do, is keep it in the field of play. But hopefully we're not going to. I'm already just trying to scheme. Now, for those, Isaac's favorite fragrance, whatever perfume my wife has. Whatever she's wearing at this very second is my favorite. That's all that there is to that. Okay. So, we're still feeling good. Looks like they're about to cut back in here. Did this really need this long of a break to determine that this was a touchdown? I felt like this one was pretty open and shut, right? Turn my Cade York, QB1 Joe is the solution here. Isaac wears Will Levis mayonnaise fragrance. Don't tempt me. If we lose this game, we're getting the mayonnaise fragrance. Why does it seem like that so many specialists are getting hurt this season? I've kind of noticed that too. Kickers, punters, all that stuff. We've been getting injured. Here we go. We're out for the field goal. So our last extra point attempt was a little bit close on the first one, and the hold was a little choppy. One thing for you guys to see is let's watch the difference between these holds. Ryan's not as smooth as Brian. All right. But that one, I mean, that's an ideal rep right there. That was about as good as it's going to get. Favorite lipstick. I'm not sure I've got a favorite lipstick. What was the one from SpongeBob? Coral number 42 or something like that. But yeah, that field goal looked a lot better. That's the things I'm looking for, like with Ryan as he continues to develop, right, as a Bengals punter and holder, is just clean catch and just kind of set it down, just like nice and easy. So I was going to make a Tucker video about the holds and all that situation, like a more in-depth one, going back and reviewing a lot of the film from Sam Cooke, but it's just a little bit too old of the footage is too old, too hard to see. But one thing I did notice is that Sam is like trying to, like, he is so good at, he's just so clean at just setting. I could sit there and watch all day the way that Sam Cooke just like catches it and the way his wrist just rotates that ball down, right? Like it's not like this big exaggerated shoulder movement. He's so far away from the ball, but so accurate. Like it just, why Tucker was so good while watching Sam Cooke hold for him. Do you think Tucker is gone? No, I don't think Tucker's gone. I think Tucker's going to be. I think they're going to give him one more year, right? Yes, this is his worst year by far. But I think they're going to keep him. I think they're going to keep him for one more year. There we go, out the back of the end zone. That's what I'm talking about. Do not give number 9 the ball ever. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they think for the Cowboys that they have a big enough advantage. If we kick one down the middle and it comes up a little short, like 5 or 6 deep, I would not be surprised if they just return that. That is a reasonable thing for them to do. They are really good at returning the ball. We are not really good at defending the return, so is kicking actually down? Why is that? Like field goal percentages and stuff? I don't know. I've seen a lot of memes that all the kickers are conspiring to make sure they don't narrow the goalposts. I mean, Jake Elliott's having a down year. Justin Tucker's having a down year. Brandon Aubrey is having a down year compared to last year. He's only kicking like 85%. Not sure if there's like any one specific reason why it's down, but it definitely is down right now. That's for sure. But I'm feeling good. Okay. So now we're going to hold the Cowboys to another field goal. I'm feeling it right now. Or force a punt. A punt would be really good right now. I'm not so sure about our punt block scheme. Like I said, the Cowboys have one of the best coached special teams units I've ever seen. So I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to get back and block one. They just don't get them blocked. They're just so good at reading that. There we go. Oh, never mind. Thought we were getting a stop right there. Not looking as good now. Okay. 3rd and 6. My bad, guys. I'm going to focus back on the game. 3rd and 6. We need something big here. Cowboys looking to get on the board before the second half, and they get the ball back, so they would settle for a field goal, I'd imagine. How many years does Tucker realistically have left? I would say the end of this year and then halfway into the season. I think if he ends the season poorly, has an offseason, comes back and is still struggling, that's when I think that they release him. Something crazy could happen if he misses big time. Like, let's say the Ravens, I know it's kind of a meme. Let's say the Ravens make it to a Super Bowl. Big if, right? Let's say they make it to the Super Bowl. Then Tucker misses there, then they could be in some trouble. Nick Folk is having a great season at 58 years old. He looks 58. He's not actually 58. But no, Nick Folk is having a really good season. He's been kind of a sleeper this year. He's had I think one of his games, he hit like nothing but 50 yarders, but here we go. Cooper Rush steps back. Oh, pressure down the middle, and we're going to have a punt. Brian Anger's first punt of the day. Let's get it. Anger, for those of you who don't know, okay, is Anger's one of the best hang time punters in the NFL. You got like J.K. Scott at number 1, Townsend, and then Brian Anger. Part of it is they kick in this nice cushy dome, so it's always easier to kick there. But the other part of it is that Brian Anger just has like this form where when you watch, he just like jumps through the ball, okay? And it's so nice to watch because like he gets over it, okay? They're at the 2-minute mark. But let me talk to you guys about Brian Anger's form real quick. So he really gets his shoulders over it. Everybody say hi to the cat, okay? He like really gets his shoulders over the ball like he's about to jump, right? He's got like this really nice relaxed arm, and then just like really flips his hips back up and just explodes straight up through the ball. It is one of like the cleanest punting forms that you're ever going to see. And when you watch him, you just look at that guy and go, he is freaking explosive. Okay? But like, yeah, that's one thing that I just love about Anger. I'm going to pretend like this is he's just like his drop table is nice and high. It seems so explosive, but his drop is just so fluid and so clean. Like I said, he's been on a bit of a downslide recently, but you said my cat is overweight. Dang, my cat's just catching strays out here, man. What did she do? What did you say fuck me for? Poor cat. My cat's name is Lyra. Lyra. But statistically speaking, from this little backed up area, Brian Anger is probably going to attempt to hit a farther punt, right? Get that bad boy downfield. And then, you said a 66-0. If anybody ever hits a 6-0 in game, that should break the internet, right? The highest hang time punt in game, 5.75 seconds by Mr. Timothy Townsend. out of now the Texans, but when he hit it, he was for the Chiefs. And it's funny because it was like a no rush situation and just smacked it right before half. And he hit like an absolute just dinger, okay? Dong shot even. We'll see if we can get something like that. Lyra, more like lay off the Cheetos. Right. She you know, she has a problem with her weight. She does. She eats too much. Look, this girl's eating right now. Here, I'll pick her up so you guys can see her. Where? This is a fat cat. This is the Bengal. That is the Bengal right there. Big old girl. Big old girl. Okay, but that being said, starting off, we need a big punt return here. I don't feel optimistic about our chances of getting it. Don't body shame Lyra. Hey, that's my cat. I can body shame her if I want. We need a big kickoff return here, okay? We need a big one, or need a big punt return. Brian Anger, so you can see his feet are already kind of facing to the right, so it's probably a directional right punt. Look at how he explodes to the ball. My God. Comes up a little short. 4-5-3. We've got a chance to return it. Make a couple guys miss, get tackled up around the 45. I still take that return. Not sure how far it is, but that was not... I mean, it was a directionally sound ball. I got to pull up what the actual distance and hang time on it was. Or the hang time was 4.53. Distance, because doing math in your head is hard. So here we go. You said Lyra's looking a little bit Mahomey out there. Right. A great punt. Reminded me of Mahomes. What stream am I watching? What is it, the Bills game? I feel like there always... Okay, 1st and 10. Here we go. Motioning across the line of scrimmage. Steps back to pass. Looking for Chase. Finds him in the middle of the field. And we get a 1st down. Guys, if this game goes like this, it's going to be very easy. So we got to move. That should be a 1st down. Forward progress should have gotten us to the 44-yard line. I'm feeling good about this. I don't know about you guys. I think we're going to move down here. We're going to move the chains down here and score. That's how I'm feeling about this. All right. Steps back again. Finds 80. Ball comes out. It looked like it was a little bit too late. I'm not too worried about that one. So I'm feeling... Keep this thing moving down here. Pretty Mahomey by the defense. Bengals going to turn it over here. Not a chance, Maverick Missile. Where would you rank Will Lutz as of right now? I haven't watched as much Broncos stuff. Finds Chase again. Picks up another 1st down. Okay, so the Cowboys are playing really soft defense right now. They're kind of looking like us. We are saving our timeouts, it appears. No, we just called our first timeout. Okay. I think where I would rate Will Lutz as of right now as a kicker. I mean, he's one of those guys where he's solid. I thought he was always, like when he came back from his injury, he wasn't as good. But, oh my gosh. Not the Bundle Rooski commercial. Of all time, all the commercials, guys, I think the Bundle Rooski has made me the most annoyed. The Bundle Rooski. God, that kills me every time. The refs are always looking somewhat Mahomey. The refs always look Mahomey. They're doing a great job of just Mahomesing it up. All right. Do we have any NFL is rigged believers in chat? I don't know how many people like truly believe from their heart of hearts that the NFL is rigged, but personally, I'm not too much of a believer. Anyway, let's get this Brian Anger stat in here while we're at a commercial break. So Brian Anger, his last punt, pulling it up now, went for Brian Anger punted 47 yards, returned 12 yards. 47, returned for 12. So that's netting 35. So currently, gosh, man, who made these lids so strong, huh? All right. 47-yard punt. 4.53 seconds. Netted 35. And that had us starting at... So they started at the 30. We started at the 45. And likewise, are about to score, or at least get some good points. So the special teams field position battle, as you can see, is starting to balance out. Us starting at the 45 is really big for us. We get a big punt return. So that gets us a really good chance to stay in this game. Keep that field position in order. Millionaires rigging to get even richer. That's tough. I feel like somebody could probably bust up. I feel like there might be like a little ref ring. I'm not sure who is all involved, but I feel like all the refs probably like look out for each other to some degree. Because some of the calls are just like, this year has been especially bad if you ask me. Marquette King should 100% be in the NFL, but I almost said Mahomes. All this Mahomes talk on my chat. Burrow passed it. There was some really good coverage right there. Yeah, pretty good coverage. I'm surprised Chase didn't get a little bit better separation. He just bounced off his helmet. Bounced off Chase's helmet. That's two he's had that are kind of like... Oh, got away with a bit of a hold on that one. That's all right. We're fine with that. It's Micah Parsons. You're allowed to hold Micah Parsons half the time. Marquette King is not a clown. Come on, Marquette's he's a good guy. He's a good punter. Still punting really well. Burrow steps back, dumps it off. Not much going there, but we're going to find something. Reverse the field. Almost get back to the line of scrimmage. Get past it. Pick up 4 yards. Probably call the timeout here. There it is. Okay. That was an exciting 3-yard gain. He has no weapons. Right. Guys, if Burrow only had more weapons. If only he had more weapons, we'd be winning this game by more. This is crazy. We absolutely need more Burrow weapons. But yeah. No, Marquette King, we don't take Marquette slander here in the Isaac Punts chat. Need to see more motion from Joe's trick. The sus comments, bro. These are gonna get me banned from YouTube. This is my first stream ever. I'm already gonna get banned for it's just sus. We live in a sus society right now. It's very sus. Okay, 3rd and 7. The real question is, are we going for a field goal here, or are we going for going for a touchdown? Going for a field goal or going for a touchdown if we don't get this? That'll be the question, because we're taking a shot to the end zone. Or not to the end zone. We're taking the shot to, inside the 5. Burrow overthrows Chase. Not sure if that was a miscommunication, like if Chase was supposed to be going higher. Looks like we're going to take the points. I say take the points. Remember, pre-game, one of our big worries. Kicking game. Aubrey, 1 for 1. This should be a gimme. I think we're on the right hash. When I was doing my breakdown of Cade York from coming out of college, I'm not sure if he struggled from a specific hash, but he struggled in tight games where they were slightly leading. For whatever reason, tight games where they're slightly leading is where he would miss from, but not today. He does make it a little close. There you go. Kaplan, it never heard of him. 150 Jamar. Cut everyone else and just let those. I mean, that's pretty much all we're playing right now. Make sure we have an offensive line. Holy crap, guys. Okay, so we get 3 points on the board. We are even with Brandon Aubrey and them. All right, we're able to have a nice, clean first half here. Cade York's coming to kick it back off. 30 seconds left in the game. Now here's the decision. Do you, the audience member, are you going to kick it into the field of play and give Turpin a chance to return it? Or are you going to kick it out the back of the end zone? You already know my opinion. That ball needs to be hitting somebody in the stands. Cade York has the leg. Just got to make sure he doesn't get under it. And hopefully our coaching staff doesn't get too cute or keep it in the field of play. Just never, ever let Turpin get the ball. You need to put Zoe Dale at linebacker. So Turpin's already lined up deep. And we're not going to give him a shot. That's what I'm talking about. Is that good? Extra 3 points to Gryffindor. Do you also rank special teams girlfriends? I think one time I did a smasher pass on punters based on putting their faces through one of those AI things that automatically turns them into women. Great decision making, can't lie. Very good. Shane Leckler is going to unretire and carry the Jags to Super Bowl. Why the Jags? The Jags already have the best punter in the league. I would argue the punter the Jags have right now is better than Shane Leckler. At least for net punt, he is. Their punter is really good. His name's Logan Cook. All right, here we go. Rush drops back to pass. Finds a guy in the flats. Coming across. Gets out of bounds. Okay. That's fine. I think they're not going to score on little 6 seconds, 3-play pickups, right? 6 seconds to make to get 3 yards. Not quite gonna get them in there to the end zone. Not when they only have 20 seconds. Okay. Setting back up, same formation. They're on the closer to their side, and he almost picked it. Oh my goodness, that was about to be good. Okay, so if we get a good stop here, we don't let them score going into halftime, we've got a really good chance to blow the brakes off this thing. That was not a very well thrown ball. Threw it kind of behind him. That was great coverage. I like how this is looking now. If we can actually play some solid defense, we're going to be all right. We are going to be all right. Okay, lining back up. This time we've got 3 at the bottom of the screen. CeeDee Lamb in the middle of the 3. Calling some audibles here real quick. Cooper Rush having to roll out. Throws it away. Another errant pass, though. That could have been one that we get again. It's 4th and 5 now. 15 seconds left. They're going to punt. We're going to get another punt. Another chance. Another chance to get a big return here. It's all special. So let's see what it's going to be. Brian Anger enjoyers, buckle up. We've got a good one. Looks like we're setting up for a return. That one did not look super up and down. I got a 4-5-6 again, and there's a flag. We're going to get a big return, but it doesn't matter because there's a flag. Oh, no, it's on the Cowboys? Illegal block in the back. Golly, guys, we just cannot help ourselves out. We cannot help ourselves out. So 4-5-6. Let's get the distance on that. It did look further. It looked like a decently far. Yeah, usually flags on punt teams. Are going to be on us. I'm waiting for an update to give me the distance on that punt. Even ESPN hasn't caught up yet. But it looked like a decent punt. So we got 4-5-6. Got to see where they're marking this return from. So it was a 52 to the 13, 7-yard return. So that's a 7-yard penalty. 52 to the 7, pretty much. But for the Bengals, so now, it's kind of an irrelevant one because at the very end of the half, so they're just going to take a knee and kneel it out. But yeah, that's, okay. That's the first half right there. Oh, man. I feel like we should be winning by more. Looks like we're finally figuring out how to stop their offense, which, that being said, they've got Cooper Rush. It should not be a hard offense to stop. But here we are anyway in a 7-point game against them. Ready to make some second half adjustments. On special teams, net punt battle. All right, we had 1 punt. We netted 26 yards. They have had 2 punts. Their first one was for 35, and their second one was for 52 plus 7 yards. So their second punt netted 59 after the penalty. Now this one's a little bit misleading because it's right at the end of the half. So they had a guy just trying to get a shot. But that's where we're at. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Come right back. I'm going to get some water. We're going to come right back here in a couple seconds and get to it for halftime. Boom. Use the bathroom real quick. Everybody go relax for 2 seconds. All right, we're back. We are so back. Okay, how are we feeling after that first half, guys? Gotta take a seat. It's getting a little bit spicy. I think like I said, a lot of what I said turned out to be pretty spot on, believe it or not. Zach Taylor's the most PR trained coach in the NFL, bro. Just denies everything. Yeah. How do you guys feel about Zach Taylor as a coach? Oh, hey. I feel very neutral about him. Oh, we got the Simpson game going on. Why are we still doing this? I've never understood the sort of gimmick games. Like, is this really better for children? Is the Simpson games and stuff, are they really that much better for kids and whatnot? I guess so. We need Will Clapp to step up. Is that the best name in NFL history? There have been some good ones. But Will Clapp is definitely up there for me. Are you guys, anybody here familiar with the account Art But Make It Sports? It's one of my favorites. Me personally, is to try to draw in fans. I guess that makes sense. Weird. Weird. Will Clapp for MVP and Offensive Rookie of the Year. His 11th season. Is Will Clapp the best name in NFL history? Right now. On the line. Can anybody think of a better name? What's going on? What's going on? You look fantastic, by the way. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, Ardan. Appreciate that. It's been a sweaty one so far. But we're feeling good. It's halftime. People stepping out, go get some waters, relaxing for a little bit. Kool-Aid McKinstry. You know, my world was shattered when I learned that Kool-Aid's first name was not actually Kool-Aid. Maybe I should. You know what? You're right, Spartan fan. Maybe I need to actually just watch some of these streams so that way I can get a good idea of what they're actually about, so I can not be so judgmental on them, because I didn't watch it. This is my this is my first stream. This is. We currently right now behind us on this yonder whiteboard, we've got the doing a hidden yardage battle. Let's see who's winning right now. Currently, when it comes to field position, it's pretty close. It's in the Cowboys' favor. No, this is my first stream. Yeah. It's in. How much of a delay is there? Because I notice I'll be seeing stuff or seeing you guys respond to stuff. And there might be a good bit of delay. I didn't put any delay on here. I guess you guys wouldn't know how much of a delay there is, would you? Eagles fan, if y'all can't beat the Cowboys, you're cooked. Dude, who are you telling? I came into this game knowing that there was a chance that we don't beat the Cowboys. Hopefully that chance is low, because if we can't, it's going to make this season already rough. Did you guys see, they keep replaying this clip from the Steelers guy who punted the ball. Doesn't look like much. I know this was last week. Did you see the Georgia versus Georgia Tech game that went to 8 overtimes? I saw that game. I remember, so I came home, and I was so excited to watch it. And I remember my wife was going to bed, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to stay up. Like, it was about to end. And I was like, I'm going to stay up for a little bit to watch it. And I was just like, Ended up staying up till, 1 a.m. watching the end of that game. Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Absolute barn burner. Dude, on the edge of my seat, I wanted Georgia Tech to win so bad. That would have shaken up the college football world so much. How close do you guys think the SEC is to all the other conferences this year? I feel like this is... So, usually, nine times out of 10, like the last 5 years, I feel like SEC fans are usually right when they say that like their conference is like head and shoulders better than everybody else. And I think maybe on average they're a little bit better this year, but I think this is probably one of the closest years it's ever been. Do I think a 51-yard punt average in a game for a high school punter is decent? I would say that's very good. I would say that's a very good average. I only averaged over 50 once in college. Only averaged over 50 yards per punt once in college, and it was on 4 punts. So 50 in high school is solid. I mean, it just kind of depends for you how you feel about it. You know, is it one of those things where did you average 50 by hitting a bunch of like 35s that rolled, or did you have a 51 by going like 51, 51, 51? You know. It all depends on if you like it, you know. I had good games. I feel like I had good games where I never got close to 50, but I hit the ball I wanted to hit a lot. And then I had some, like my 50-yard average game I didn't like because I had 167, and then I hit a miss hit that rolled really far. And then my other 2 punts were okay, but nothing to write home about. Who's my favorite team? So my favorite NFL team, Bengals. That's why we're going live with them first. My favorite college team, mind you, is Washington State. Go Cougs! Any Coug fans in here? I grew up a Coug fan. Farthest field goal I've ever made. Actually, I never kicked field goals. Never kicked field goals. I was a punter in college, punter in high school. I've always had a, for whatever reason, Hispanic kicker. In high school, I had a guy named Francisco. He was awesome. Loved him to death. He was Colombian. And then in college, I had Alex Alvarado. Loved that guy, man. He was great. So Alex was great. I have the same vibe as the channel climbing stuff. That's awesome. I hope that, I mean, they sound like climbing stuff, punting stuff. It's kind of gives off similar energy, so I'm down with that. No bounce, 250s in the air. Another. I think I saw that the 73-yarder. I think I saw it. Did you post that on Twitter, Alex? Might have seen it. One trick pony. I was. Admittedly, that is 100% what I was in high school. Australian punters will are indeed going to rule, but what about rugby players? Some positions have similar characters. Edge rushers and open side flankers are similar. Alex, your kicker's Colombian? Hell yeah. Go Cougs! I see one in chat finally. I mean, I think there will be more rugby players. I think one of the big reasons, at least from my very limited understanding, so excuse me if I'm wrong, that there's not as much of a rugby presence is I think rugby on the global stage is bigger. So those guys who really want to get into rugby, right, are probably going to pursue that their entire careers. While in AFL, while a lot of those guys come over, is where like, yes, it's a big sport in Australia, but where it's not out as big outside, I think there's less of that sort of worldly pressure to stay in the AFL. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Like rugby guys are gonna want to play rugby on the biggest stages. Like AFL guys, they might want to play AFL on the biggest stages, but I think a lot of them come over and they see kind of like that college experience. It's kind of like an AFL experience. It's like a more achievable AFL experience because, from what I understand from Aussies, Aussies rules is not global exactly. So from what I understand from a lot of the Aussies I've talked to, is they are not typically like your best AFL players coming over here to play American college football, right? So if you're like, well, I've got a big leg, but AFL, I mean, looks like there's a lot of running, so it's like, you're like, well, I could just sit around and punt a ball all day, just do the kicking part, like, and just hit it as far as I can. Like, maybe that's, the part that I'm good at. We'll see. I know, I'm going to be very interested, Georgia. I'm going to be very interested, my Georgia fans, to see how Brett's going to do in college. Or not Brett. Brett's injured right now. I'm going to be very interested to see how your guys' backup is going to do. Because I've been keeping up with this guy, so your backup is a stud. His name's Drew Miller. He's a true freshman. I'll be interested to see if they actually have him out. But I'll be interested to see what he does, because I think he's played really good football, like in high school, and he really impressed me with his tape coming out of high school, and now he's at Georgia, and I was like, well, he's going to be able to sit for 2 years, but he got to sit for most of the season. I think their best situation is whoever Georgia's playing. The backup is Charlie Ham. Is that really who's going to be playing? I know they have Drew Miller. They got somebody else that's going to be punting for them. That kind of blows my mind a little bit. You would hope that Drew Miller would get the start. That's the future of, as far as I'm concerned, that is the future of their program. Oh, did he really? All right, and the kickoff is underway, and it looks like it's going out the back again. We have learned our lesson. Oh, that was you that the guy said the scouting report? I think that was a joke. I think he was playing with you. I think that guy was messing with you, Alex. If he was being serious, then he's a goofball. Because that's a goofy thing to say. Because who does scouting reports on kickers aside from yours truly right here? All right, so they're starting back at the 30. Here we go. Cooper Rush under center, and they're back 30-yard line. We have not let them touch the ball. Kickoff return. He rolls out to his right, throws it across his body, off the hands, and we are in second down. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get this thing rolling here real quick. Took only 6 seconds off the clock. Pretty accurate pass. The guy just couldn't come down with it. But hopefully, their center's out for a concussion. All right, well, Rush back in the gun. Here we go. Brings his running back down, potentially to protect. Definitely to protect. Steps back, finds something he likes, throws it. Pass interference thrown at the top of the route. It looks like it's going to be defensive holding. You should have done one for our game. It was insane. The other team's snapper overstepped into the end zone. Who punted 70 yards. Huh. That's pretty good. Dang, I just missed what that flag was. Okay. But regardless, 1st and 10. Now ball at the 35-yard line. Okay. Cooper Rush, under center, CeeDee Lamb, top of the screen. Never want to take your eyes off him, but they hand it off. Okay, 3-yard gain. We can live with this. Right, we are getting a little bit we're getting a little lost in the sauce here on this channel right now. We are getting a teensy bit lost in the sauce right now. Just a little bit too much. Okay. Hand it off again. This time to Turpin. They're looking to find ways to get Turpin more involved. Turpin, by the way, might be one of the Cowboys' best players. So there's something that I've noticed where a bunch of the spring league players and stuff like that have been balling in the NFL. I don't know if you guys have noticed it as much as I have, but the spring league players are absolutely crushing it. You've got Kevontae Turpin. You've got Jake Bates, Brandon Aubrey, Daniel Whelan. All these guys in the NFL are just killing it right now. Cooper Rush steps back, motions in CeeDee Lamb, looks back, trying to find him downfield, I think. Does not find him, finds somebody else, picks up the first down. It is Kevontae Turpin again. What a twist. They are just killing us right now. We are just getting completely just gashed. I mean, there was a nice big space in there where he could have found Lamb, but instead goes to Turpin, and luckily we're able to bring him down. Turpin's not one of those guys you want to give a lot of open space to. If you give Turpin open space, you're in some trouble. But okay, Cooper Rush back under center. Everybody, let's cross our fingers for the defense right here. We're in a 43. Bringing some pressure off the edge. We're not finding anybody. Can we just make a tackle? Okay, we can bring it to 2nd and 8. Believe it or not, 8 yards per play, not how we're going to win this game. We're going to have to do a little bit better. We're going to have to do a little bit better on defense. I don't know if this is a news flash to anybody, but the defense we're playing right now is not very good. So we're going to have to be able to play it a little bit better. Let's cross our fingers. We're at 12-11 in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 2. We're playing a little bit far off the line of scrimmage for the linebackers when I would expect some level of run here. That's okay. We try to collapse it. We don't get it, and there we go. He's off to the races inside the 10. Mark him at about the 6. I'm going to shoot myself. This is crazy. We cannot stop a soul right now, bro. Call to Dallas and let them know the game started already. Yeah, somebody has to let the Bengals know that we are actually supposed to be playing maybe defense right now. Playing a little bit of defense might be something that is a benefit to us. You said 21-17 Bengals at the beginning of the game. Well, the Bengals to get 17 points now, or to get 21 points, would need 2 safeties. So I'm not sure I like the odds on that. But 17 for the Cowboys would be lucky for us. Evan McPherson and Caleb York playing deep safety. We never knew we needed. I would believe you if you told me that's actually who's out there playing for us. Oh, are they looking at this to be a potential targeting call? That'd be kind of a weak one. I mean, he got a little bit of the crown in there, but kind of the side of the face mask. I think a lot of the targeting calls look a lot worse when you put them in slow motion. I think that they would call those a lot less in a live game. Okay. Here we go. Cooper Rush steps back. Looks to his right. Has plenty of time. And finds as a flag. Unless it's a push-off on number 3. That is going to be a touchdown. Or unless it's some other offensive pass interference. That's going to be a touchdown. We just make it look so easy. Like, when I watch other teams play against the Bengals, I think I could play quarterback. Okay, it's on the defense. Penalty is going to be declined. They're going to kick this extra point. We could use a block here. A block would be good, but now, for whoever said they had 21-17 in the chat, congrats, we got 17. Like I said, 21 not likely to happen. Yeah, we can't even commit illegal plays and stop them from scoring. We can't even be bad at defense in the right way, right? Like, at least if you're going to get the hold, at least don't let them score immediately after. Like, what are we doing? Okay, here we go. Brandon Aubrey, we're tripling the guard on the left side. No edge rush pressure right there. It's okay because we didn't block it anyway. I don't know if you have to be more worried about a fake on, a fake when on field goals as you used to. That's one thing that I think does suck about them moving the extra point back. All you're waiting for is the draft. Dude, who are you telling? If we do not draft just defensive players down the entire row, then we're not serious about it being a winning organization. We need help on defense. This Cowboys team should not be scoring 17 points in 35 minutes on us. This is terrible. This is not good. Now, that being said, what we're going to do, what I'm hoping we're going to do, is get the ball back and immediately drive down and score. Right. I don't know, guys. I think we'll get back to a Super Bowl sooner than you guys might think. I think a good draft year. We have some good pieces on defense, right? So we just have to fill those holes, even out our secondary a little bit, and we'll be right back. I hate this commercial. So we'll be right back. Like, once we get that defense, once we get our defense more sound, we're going to be so good. I feel it right here. We are going to be so locked in once our defense gets back in. But right now, it's just pain. It is just pain. Like, we make all these quarterbacks, all these receivers look so good. Like, at first it was CeeDee Lamb, and then we just started asking around, like, oh, you want a touchdown? You want a touch? Oh, do you want to throw one too? Hey, why not, like, if the Lions ran the play with Penei Sewell that they did, where they, pitched it to him so he could throw a touchdown, he would have thrown a touchdown on us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he was throwing it to. He would have thrown a touchdown to another offensive lineman, probably. That's how bad we've been. Who would you want this upcoming draft? All right, peace, Ryan. Take it easy. Get some good night's sleep, man. Who would I want this up? I don't even know yet. I got to look at the draft class. I've been so locked in on trying to analyze the specialists and the special teams and stuff like that. I do more like a broad specialist, viewing coming up. Right now, I don't really know if we're not going to be replacing McPherson. We're going to give him one more year, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll probably bring in a guy in free agency, but I'd have to look and see who's kind of like a free agent level kicker to compete with McPherson. But I don't think he's good enough. He's not getting replaced. Yeah, Michigan defensive tackle. I do like defensive tackles that come out of Michigan. I watched the Lions draft one of those guys once, and he seemed pretty good. So I can't be mad at that. Here we go. Kickoff. Let's see if Brandon Aubrey has anything crazy for us right now. This has been a pretty tame special teams game. Yeah, they got a big return on a good punt, but overall it's been pretty tame. I like Brandon Aubrey's so menacing. Like, you see him kind of just pace around. Doesn't really want the returners to know where it's going. This one looks like it's going deep. We might still take it. Ah, you cowards. You cowards. I feel like we should have taken that one out. Yeah, look at this. Not a very defensive oriented game. Joe's gonna have another 400-yard game tonight, isn't he? The real question is, can he have a 400-yard game and come away with a win? That's going to be the real question. So let's see what we come out in first. Okay. A little bit of a condensed formation here. Motioning over Chase. Joe Burrow about to take the snap. Cowboys are kind of crowding the line of scrimmage. He throws it to Chase, gets the ball, 9-yard pickup. If that's where they mark him, I think I saw a 9-yard pickup. Do I think they're for sure picking D-line? I don't know. We need a lot of help in the secondary too. So it really just depends on who the most talented person is. I think we needed the most help in secondary. Obviously, our run game gets gashed too. We need a lot of help all over the ball. It just depends on which part is the deepest. If this isn't a deep draft class for defensive linemen, they might have to pick one up early. If it's not that's a good run. Okay, runs like that, runs like that make me feel confident that we're going to win this game. Like, it's so weird. Like, being a Bengals fan is half the game. You're watching it and you're like, God, this game is so easy. And the other half, you're just like losing your mind, like watching some of the most incompetent football you've ever seen. Trade up for Hunter. I like Travis Hunter. He could play both ways for us. Guess what? He gives Joe Burrow another weapon on offense and plays good defense. Any takers? Joe Burrow steps back, finds, you guessed it, Jamar Chase. 6-7 yard pickup. What are we calling that? Seems pretty good. I'm definitely not mad at it. Okay, so here we go. We're feeling pretty good. Also, for our first stream, I feel like I need a different overlay. I don't really have much going on. Also, my buttons aren't working right now, which is a little annoying. But yeah, I need a different overlay. This was a little bit, too quickly thrown together, but we're going to figure something out by next time. I want to do at least one a week. I think, stuff like this is kind of fun for me. Just kind of try new things, do new stuff. I love to see Malachi Stinks and Cincy. Wait, Joe Burrow can't find anybody. He's getting chased down by Micah, and it is caught by a Cowboys coach. One reception by somebody on the sidelines there. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like on average we usually do a pretty decent job blocking Joe Burrow, but having, Parsons obviously on the right side is a smart tactical play because that's most likely where he's going to roll out to. Fun fact, in case you guys didn't know, you always want to put your best defensive lineman where you think they're going to roll out to. So that way when they start rolling out, or like your fastest one, whoop, when they start rolling out, like on average, quarterbacks like to scramble where they can close their hips and throw the ball. So if you think they're going to roll out that way, put some good defensive linemen over there. That's why guys that scramble both directions are so dangerous. Shout out to Mahomes, who likes to run left a lot, right? Because it's a little bit different. But like last night, if you watch Mahomes play, a lot of what they're doing, because they had that new left tackle, was they're immediately shifting everything to the right, trying to just create space so that left tackle, even if he gets beat, the play is designed to give Mahomes more time. Just some really smart play design by Mahomes. Mahomes designed his own play. Really smart play design. No, I'm not going to turn this into a freaking stream where we talk about the Chiefs. Never mind. Shut up, Isaac. Let's go. Bengals. Let's get back to it. Okay, Joe Burrow, under center. Need to come away with points here. Hand it off. 8-yard gain. Guys, this is it's too easy when we're on offense. It just makes me wish we could just stay on offense the entire time. Is that too much that I want to see? Just get on offense nonstop. Never leave. Okay. But we're moving. We're moving the ball. It's looking really easy. It's looking really clean. Let's see what else we can get going here. Joe Burrow's back under center. We're motioning chase. We love to motion chase. And we don't see what we want to see, so Joe Burrow throws it into the dirt. Looks like we were maybe trying to set up a screen. Looked like he looked to his running back, or there was maybe some sort of miscommunication on what that play was supposed to be. Because he looked up, clearly saw something he didn't want to see, and was just like, yeah, we're not doing that. What's the call? Was that illegal formation? Oh, an eligible downfield. Okay. So with that, it's almost assuredly supposed to be a screen. That kind of blows because the play already got busted up. But I think that means we get a replay of the down, which is nice. So we're getting to see what happens. Yeah, it was supposed to be a screen. You see the offensive lineman kind of, peel off of their guys, and somebody just went and picked up the running back. Really smart play by the defense for the Cowboys. Joe Burrow, pistol it looked like, steps back, looking downfield, and that is one of those ugly picks that we said does not happen very much. And there it is. Unless, is he down? No, they're giving it to him. Like I said, didn't we literally talk about this earlier today? Slightly overthrown balls where some DB makes a diving catch at it, so it looks a lot worse. I guess it's not slightly overthrown. The guy kind of looked like he was up on Chase's shoulders, but it's so hard being a Bengals fan. But my hot take, this is not much different than if we had ended that drive with a pin punt. Field position, in my mind, is more important than the turnover. So turning the ball over inside like the opposing 10 is not as bad. It feels worse because you're so close to scoring. But imagine you just got stopped like at midfield and we just punted it and pinned them, at the 8. You're probably fine with that, right? A drive ending at the 8 is not the end of the world. So I don't see this as a terrible thing. Obviously, it's going to look bad on the stat sheet. And of course, if we lose the game, we don't want to turn it over a bunch. But imagine it as just like a very delayed arm punt. It's not the end of the world, but it is what it is. So hopefully, now we've got the Bengals started that drive at the 30 as well. Very special teams light game. I'm not going to lie. I expected there to be a lot more kickoffs, and I was just hoping that sometimes teams would just hit them in there. But this is right. We definitely need some defensive stats. That's what I probably should have put. Or did you say stats or stars? Yeah, stats. We definitely need some more defensive stats, man. This has been just an absolute rough one. This has been a rough one for Bengals fans right now. Like I said, I think I feel like Chase kind of got a little tied up with the defender there, which is why the ball got overthrown, threw him off their timing a little bit. But it is what it is. How are we feeling? How are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling about this game right now? Because I personally, for one, I don't know. I like our odds still. Like I said, as long as it's a 1-point game or a 1-score game, I think as long as we end with the ball in our hands, we're winning, right? As long as we have the ball when the clock strikes 0, there's a good chance that we are winning the game because we're either scoring, about to kick a field goal, or have it while we have the lead, meaning that we win. Now that interception changed things. Now we need to get a stop because the ball's back in their favor. So now, we absolutely must under every circumstance get a stop right now. But they're at the 17-yard line, and we're immediately giving up all the way to what is that? The 32, the 37, a 20-yard gain. Hello, defense, anybody? Yeah, this is. Yeah, so 50. I don't know if you guys see it. 50 just kind of, he rubbed Chase a little bit. They're saying it's not a pass interference, nothing, but that kind of sucks. All right, handing the ball off, and we're just getting gashed now. Okay, so momentum is swinging back in the Cowboys' favor. They've got a little bit of life. They're feeling very good about themselves. We're not feeling very good. Let's see if we can stop them. We need people to step up right now, big time. We need some big time step ups from our defense. Who day, where they at, bro? We are looking for them right now. Come on. We're crowding the line of scrimmage. Looks like we don't want to get beat on a run play, but now they're attacking the edge. Looks like we've got some good pressure over there. We read that one really nicely. Had a lot of guys at the point of attack, which is great. Get CeeDee Lamb down at 3rd down. Not sure if this is I'm not sure if they're going to take 2 more downs at this. Depends on what this play is, right? So if they go shot pass here and they're taking a deep pass to CeeDee Lamb, it means that there's a chance that they're going to run it. QB sneak means if we get the stop, which it doesn't look like we did. QB sneak means if we got the stop, they probably kick it. But now, I guess we'll never know. I shouldn't have even assumed that we were going to get the stop, right? That was my fault. But I feel like our linebackers on a bunch of these 3rd and short plays, we're just playing, a little bit behind the sticks. I don't know. I feel like you got to play a little bit closer than that. At least they like running it. That was an obvious QB sneak formation. Like, you can come down at least a little bit, I think, and still be able to drop back and get what depth you need to make a play. Anyway, handing it off again. Why stop if it's not being stopped? That time we finally do stop it. There we go. Gain of 1 yard line. Did he try to cut back? Looks like he got tripped up. I could tell Bengals D was not thinking sneak right there. I can tell they were not thinking quarterback sneak. And I didn't do the scouting report on the Cowboys offense. I don't know how often they sneak it. Maybe they don't do it very often. Okay, we got Kevontae Turpin back there, faking the pitch, and that worked on us. If that works on us, anything's going to work on us. I mean, goodness gracious, what are we doing? A little bit of wildcat with Kevontae Turpin. At first, I thought I was tripping. I was like, where is... I thought he might be under center. Then I didn't see him. I'm like, oh, my God. They're going to just direct snap it right to Turpin. And lo and behold, anything works. Like, the Bengals defense, man, run whatever trick play you want. You're going to look like a genius. You're going to look like a genius. You're just running trick plays all over us. But, okay, Cooper Rush, back, shotgun. Motioning once again to Turpin. Looking... Finding Turpin, throws it into the dirt. No, not sure why. That looked like an intentional throw into the dirt. Maybe he just didn't want to throw him a hospital ball. But I thought he could have gotten him. Oh, it got tipped. Okay, it got tipped. That's on me. Yeah, so definitely I should watch the Simpson version. It probably would be less painful than watching the way that I'm watching right now, which is the real life version, where I have to watch real people get cooked in real time. CeeDee Lamb, top of the screen, lone battle. They like the matchup. They throw it to him. They get it to him. Like, what are we doing? That was a fake? Well, yeah, I mean, he ran a trick play. Not a fake punt or anything. Trick play. Where they had Turpin and the Wildcat, and then they faked the reverse pitch, and then just ran with a lead blocker. A little something. You know, it's a little razzle-dazzle. But it's 3rd and 3. If we can hold them to another field goal here, I'm feeling good once again. They move CeeDee Lamb down to the bottom of your screen. 3 wide receivers. I'm looking for that tight end to sneak off the top. Nope, they're handing it off because we can't stop the run, so why not? That's just why not just hand it off to him, right? Just go ahead and give it back to Dowdle. Just keep gaining yards. This is whoo, man. This is what it's like watching the Bengals play in 2024, huh? This is just painful. Look, they're trying to, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you've got 2 deep safeties. Which, don't get me wrong, I get their risk to score. But it's 3rd and 3, and you're playing like 20 yards off the ball. Is that really what we're worried about? Okay. Tries to pull it back down. Not a great decision by Rush, and we're able to get a stop. You could watch Homer Simpson score on the Bengals. If Homer Simpson was a real person, you could put him in this game, and he probably would score on the Bengals. I don't need to watch somebody pretending to be Homer Simpson's score on the Bengals. Real Homer Simpson could score. Real Homer Simpson, unironically, would throw for 250 yards and 2 passing touchdowns on the Bengals. Offensive holding. Okay. We are going to decline it. And take the personal foul because that's after the play. That's awesome. So that should be second and 15. Bengals holding on strong. Let's keep backing them up. I really want to see... Oh, he said he flopped. Let's see. So a little bit of lip syncing says that apparently there was a flop by one of our defensive players. Let's see how bad the flop is. I mean, that's a sizable push. It's not a super flop, but it definitely is a little bit of a flop. A little flop. You're allowed to have a little flop as a treat, as a snack. Okay, and that backs them up. 45, so they're kind of in punt territory here, but they're looking downfield. We get a stop. We're able to see Elliott sneak out of the backfield. And it looks like he's back off to the sideline. Sometimes I forget he even plays for the Cowboys still. Cowboys fans, do you remember that Elliott plays for you guys? Has he done a lot this year? I don't know. I remember he used to be really good. That's one of those guys whose fall from grace has been a little bit sad. But now, they're in like kind of that... So the ball's at the 40. They're at like a 61-yard field goal. I think they go for it. This guy's why I didn't bet up the right. Okay, they hand it off. Please, for the love of God, do not get this first down. Whoo! Okay, I'm not going to lie. For half a second there, I was like, they're going to get it. This is not soccer. No Cowboys fans left. Right, we all love a little bit of fake. Okay, so it's back to 4th and 10. Now, I have an opinion here. Well, he's going to make it, first of all. Let's get this, okay? I have an opinion here, though. I think more teams need to run fake field goals. The fake field goal is... Yeah, right, no more Cowboys fans left. Well, I mean, us Bengals fans are struggling, too. Okay, they're going to walk it off. They're going to walk it off. So it looks like we're bringing... So, fun fact, let's talk a little bit about... going to get this zoomed in, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about field goal block design, okay? I know this is what you guys come here for. It's the end of the quarter. So we're talking about field goal block design. They're not going to allow any kickoff returns, so I'm going to erase this part. All right. So if you're on the hash, right? So let's say we've got our long snapper here. Boom. Boom. 1, 2. Tight end, who's slightly back, and then wing. And then we've got 1, 2, tight end, wing, holder, kicker. All right. So if you're trying to kick a field goal, okay, and you're going to see this here in a couple seconds when they come back. All right, and this is our formation. And you're about to kick a field goal. A lot of times, what teams are going to do, okay, is they're going to try to triple team one of these guards. So if you're kicking a field goal and it's on this hash, they're going to try to go boom, boom, head up, inside shoulder, right here, right? And then sometimes what they'll do, if they're bringing 6 guys, is a lot of times what they'll do is then they just pressure every single gap on the edge right here. So boom, boom, boom. And these guys are just trying to create as much stress right here because this ball is going over his head, okay? So that's kind of what a lot of teams are going to try to do. It looks like that's what the Bengals are setting up for. So when you see stuff like this, you'll usually have one linebacker who goes to protect the field side. And then on the back side, you have 2, 3, 4. So this is called a 64 because you got 6 and 4. Okay, and then here you kind of just want to go more providing some pressure, but the chances are if this ball ever gets blocked on the backside, it probably wasn't going in to begin with. So you have these guys that are just kind of blocking, and this guy typically he's called like a looper, or he comes up in case this gets blocked, he's there to scoop and score. So that's the backside guy. So this looks like probably what the Bengals are going to be running. So sometimes actually the Bengals I saw last time, you can either send them up here, right? Or you just drop them back into coverage. Because if you're bringing all this pressure, you're putting a lot of pressure on this guy, right? Right here, to have to cover a lot of field. So if I was the Cowboys and I wanted to try to do something spicy, one thing you could do is try to do a little block and then leak this guy out. And then have this guy in position, depending on where the pass gets thrown. Okay, and they don't do it. Brandon Aubrey stripes it. It's down the middle. But you could have that guy kind of go and go up the field. And then have this guy kind of go out like here. And now you force this guy to make a decision. You just throw it to whoever's open. That's always a cool fake that I thought, because you see a lot of guys do it. Not a lot of people put enough pressure on this guy. And it's a very hard one to block because you see these guys have so much speed coming in here that if you chip them and then just run down to block, it's really easy for your punter to go here and come back around. And these guys, it's hard to reverse field like that and provide any sort of meaningful pressure. So now as long as these guys are running one guy to the flat at 10 yards, or not the flat, but one guy running 10 yards downfield to get to over here, one guy running upfield kind of just in the seam, realistically, it's hard. This guy's not going to be able to cover both of them. He's just not. And I'd like to see more teams apply pressure because I think the field goal is a relatively easy thing to run a fake out of just because of the personnel that you have on the field and what they're trying to do, like how fast you have to be to be trying to block a field goal is you got to be moving really fast, right? You got to be hauling it. We're talking about a 1.3 operation where you got to dip your shoulder, bend it, and then go block it. You got to be moving really quick. So you get to use that momentum that these guys are building against them, right? Which is why sometimes teams will do the little shebang, right? Where you go and you have your kicker run this way. Well, he'll take his steps and then go this way. And then the punter just drops it back up top over his head. So he catches it and goes. I love that play. It's so cute because it looks so natural for these guys down the line. They have no shot. They have no shot once it actually gets off. Raiders fake punt. Yes. I do love some Raiders fakes. So that's why I really like talking about field goal blocks. So if I don't know if you guys have kept up with anything I've been posting on Twitter. I've been posting on Twitter. But I've thought about trying to get back into coaching because I want to run more fakes. Fake punts, fake field goals, that whole stuff is so fun. It's so interesting because the dynamics at play in special teams are so contradictory, right? Like you got a lot of players moving really fast, trying to do very technical things. You know, even blocking a kick is highly technical, right? So the technique on blocking like a punt, which we might get into when there's more of a punt situation going on. But you know, you got to do certain things like you're like eyes to the ball, smother it with your hand before you get it. Here you go. Let's get back on track. Score 17-20. We got a kickoff going here. Cowboys, 14 minutes, 55 seconds left in this game. Let's see what happens if we can make a play. Yeah, run a special teams on first down. Okay, so here we go. We put it right at the goal line. That's called a decision ball, right? Luckily, I don't think we bought the decision too much. We're able to get past some blockers, get it back up to the 33-yard line. I think we can live with this. I think we can live with a 33-yard line. Nice little kickoff return there. Not mad at it. Nothing too much to write home about, but that kind of punt or that kind of kickoff right there, I call it decision ball, right? Because the whole time this guy, you're running to your left, right? Or he's running to his right. He's trying to find that ball up there, Joe Burrow under center. He's got to make a decision. Am I running or am I taking a knee? I'm too stoned to follow this, but I thought your recent video on college as punters making a play more offensive was great. LMAO. Thank you, sir. I have a lot of fun. I like just making random talking about my thoughts videos. What a great cut. Gets upfield. Gets to the 48-yard line. There we go. Okay, we're back on offense, so I can be happy again. I don't have to sit here in utter misery. Could you be Washington special teams coordinator? The Dallas game made me want to cry. I don't know if I'll make it to the pro level yet. We'll see. I really like special team stuff. So I want to do more of that. But here we go. Do you like the idea of the new kickoff rules in new ways? Since players can move when the ball hits the landing zone, hang time isn't so important. Meaning awkward fieldings could succeed. I like the fact that, the kickoff, I like any sort of unique change or unique challenge to kicking. Browns also need a new special teams coordinator. Hey, they got Bojorquez. He's good. I love Bojorquez. I like anything that changes the conventions of special teams and creates new problems. The problem with the old kickoff isn't the fact that it was touchback city. I mean, it was, but that was more of the underlying problem that the return schemes had gotten good enough that, the touchback was just optimized. Like, so it's fully optimized. Like, if you think about if the NFL ever found a guaranteed 4-yard play, the game is over, right? So, because it's the optimal play. You always could just run a 4-yard play every single time and just win the game off of that. So, the problem is that we just figured out that kicking the ball off out the back of the end zone was the optimal way, right? So, them starting at the 25 was not as much of a risk as us getting them the ball. My coach likes to run a fake punt where the punter passes the ball to one of the up backs who pulls left. Oh, I like stuff like that. Got a Cowboys player down. I like passing to the up backs. I think so. While we're kind of have an injured player here, one of my favorite plays. Let's cut back to this. Plays that I like to run. Okay, from a special teams look. So we'll go college here. Okay, so we got our punter back here. Boom. We got. Actually, we'll do it this way so you guys can see it. See it from the coordinator's perspective, all right? So we've got LT. Oops. Sorry, guys. A little bit rusty here. LT. LG. We got our LS. We got our RG. RT. J. A. K. Got the J in the wrong gap here. J is in the A gap, right? Boom. Punter back here at 15 yards, okay? And then out here, we've got X, and then we've got Y. So one of the things I like out of this, right? So naturally, let's think about what teams are trying to do against the punt, okay? Let's see what teams try to do to line up against the punt. Because there's a couple things. What a lot of teams are going to do is they're going to bring double A. Boom. Here, edge rush. Double A. B gap. Edge rush. Inside leverage. Inside leverage on your two gunners. Okay? Because what most guys want to do is, let's say we're punting right. They're going to just try to cut inside. Boom. This guy will try to cut outside, but here you just want to block him to the sideline. If you can get a guy running up a sideline while getting blocked, you're good because all your guys to do is cut back inside. Hey, Advaith, what's going on, man? What's popping? We're talking special teams during a commercial break. So these guys are going to try to cut up on the outside, boom, and make this happen. So these guys, Desmond, what's good? What's good? So these guys here are all pressuring the edge. So the expectation, okay, on a shield punt is that this guy and this guy, or one of these two guys, maybe even sometimes both of them, right, are going to get picked up, boom, and boom. So this guy is going to get, we'll call him the 4. He gets the 4. This guy's going to get the 3, right guard, or he's going to get the 3 or the 2. Right guard picks up here. Right tackle picks up there. Boom, right? So it creates a clean pocket because you don't want to go the other way because the chance of this guy missing is high. And with him coming here, you don't want this guy just to be able to bend the edge and block the punt. Okay, we're back. We'll talk about this in a second. Joe Burrow finds 88 over the middle, down. We're inside the 20. We're about to score. It is just too easy. No hate. Why are you so interested in special teams? Well, I was a punter back in college. Special teams analyst at North Carolina A&T State University, special teams analyst at Lake Erie College. So it's just been my field that I've been in for a while. But it's, I mean, I don't know. Everybody kind of just obsesses over one part of football that you really like, right? I think being a specialist myself, you kind of see the impact that it has on the game, and it's a little bit overshadowed. So luckily, I mean, people were interested in what I had to say about it, which I think fueled my fire more, right? Made me more interested because people actually enjoyed watching it and enjoyed me talking about it. So, like, it just kind of, like, fed into itself because I already loved it. I already liked it, but I liked it more as, like, a punter role. But then as I saw more people were interested in the nitty-gritty of it, like, yes, I had a passion for that, but it just kind of got fueled because then I got to just engulf myself in it and really like lay back in it and sort of step outside the punter world as much. And especially coaching it too helped as much. But Joe Burrow hands it off. Here we go. 2-yard pickup. 3rd down now. Don't know if we settle for a field goal here. We probably do. I feel like I would take a field goal. Yeah, there's really not. Not a lot of special teams content out there. Luckily, I'm one of the few guys that does it, and I enjoy doing it. So, can't be mad at it. I love love every second that I'm doing it. But yeah, there's not a lot of special teams content out there. I think that's part of why it succeeds is there's so much offense. There's so many offensive players, ex-defensive players that all love to just come back and talk about their part of it. A little overthrown. We go to 4th down, 4th and 2. So whenever I see someone do a shot pass this close to the end zone, no, they're walking Joe off. I thought they were going to go for it after that. Where'd I go to college? I went to college at UNC Pembroke Go Braves. I also went to A&T for a little bit before I transferred. Then, of course, anybody who knows my story. So let's see what they're running here. This would be an ideal spot. Okay, so you see how all the linebackers are playing really far off the ball? That's to prevent a fake. They're kind of guarding. They're not moving. They're making sure that ball is not faked right there. Yeah, no, most people only talk about offense. It's funny, like, even defensive, I think there could be my channel, but for, like, defensive players. Because defense is a lot more interesting. But people only like to talk about offense and not how people react to, like, just certain offensive formations and stuff like that. Am I ever going to do that thing again where you watch the film and highlights and critique their form? I've thought about it. It was never as popular as I wanted it to be. Not that I do everything for popularity, but you got to understand, I support my family off of content, so I've got to be very smart with how I put my time into things. And it did take me a while to make that kind of content, and not getting a lot of return out of it kind of hurts. Maybe once I'm in kind of like a better or just more stable, better at managing my time, maybe I'll go back to that. I like that video too. Braden Mann's a dog. Braden Mann is an absolute dog. He had a little rough patch back when he was with the Jets, but I mean he's played in some tough spots, and I think people, including myself, never gave him enough credit for that. Oh gosh, yeah, the good old coming out of college. So that was a while ago. That was, I want to say, 2020. And yeah, according to some people that I know, so I never got it from a direct source with that story, right? It was a friend who told me he talked to the coach who talked to a coach that said that. So it's pretty close. It's only two significant figures away. Not sig figs. Degrees of separation away. Sorry. Oh, exploring engineering. You watched film with the defense. I respect that. I respect that. We watched mostly with punters. I think you get close to your defense because, like, when you punt the ball, right? Like when I'm running on the field, 4th down, punt, go get him, Parks, right? Psh, smack me on the ass, walk me out there. I'm trotting out there. I go to high five my quarterback. He's pissed off, right? It's 4th down. He just failed to drive the ball, so he's not happy. So he's not like, oh, go get him, Parks. Let's go have a good punt. But before I go out there, right, the defense is huddled around me. They're like, hey, we need a good one. Let's go. We got to pin him back there. I'm like, yeah. So the defense kind of becomes your guys when you're a punter, and that's awesome. I like that a lot. But obviously, your offense, I don't want to say they don't like you. They don't want to see you. They do not want to see you. They just want you to be out of there. Having such a strong motion is not something on my bingo card. Love the channel. Can't understand what you taught me about casual ass. Hey, the wife loves the mustache, so it stays. But I'm glad you're learning something. That's, I think, been the biggest thing whenever I make content is, like, I just want guys to, like, learn something, because there's so much cool stuff in special teams. Kicking out the back again. You see the way Turpin's running towards that ball? He wants to return. He's going to return it if it's not out the back of the end zone. But yeah, I just like guys, to learn stuff. Okay, so here we go. They start at the 30. Now here's where I get nervous. Their last drive was really long. Our last drive, not long enough. So I don't think they're going to be able to waste the entire clock on this drive. I'm not going to lie. I don't think the Cowboys have that in them to take off the entire clock. But 1st and 10, 10 minutes left. They're handing it off. Okay, there we go. That is a great stop. If we need more stops like that, defensive line showing out on some run defense here. If we get some more like that, we are going to be in a very good position. We are going to be in a very good position to win this game. Really good job. Just avoided his block. Read the pulling guard. Okay. Turpin was running out of bounds for a while on that one. So, I mean, that even if he didn't deflect it, good defense, but even if he didn't deflect it, Turpin wouldn't have been legal to touch that ball. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad, Sam, that you had that realization. Because I think, a lot of people, they see punt as like a total failure. And this is actually a video that I'm stewing in my brain, right? Is they see like a punt as like a total failure as Cooper Rush lines up. 3rd and 11 here. Probably going to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, bottom of your screen in the slot. But they see it as like a failure. It's not. It's part of football. Football is a field position game. Throwing it away, throws into the dirt. Are we going to get an intentional grounding? I don't think so. But great pressure there by our defense. And now we get to play the field position game. But yeah, it is a field position game at the end of the day. It's not. People just see it's like offense, defense. Like, that's basketball. Basketball's offense, defense. Like, there's 3 phases to the game for a reason. It's because special teams is incredibly, incredibly important. So let's go. Brian Anger backed up. Ball at the 29. Looks like we're not bringing much pressure. We want to return one, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Great direction. 4-3-8, though. A little bit low, and they cover it really well. So from the 39 all the way back to the 25, that is going to give us a good chance. I know, 30 now, right on time. We don't see a lot of those as Bengals fans. 52, 4-3-9. There we go. His second 52-yarder. Anger, as much as I was just gassing up how high he hits the ball, not hitting them very high today. 452. 4.39. Short return. What'd they mark it at? 7-yard return. So he only netted 45. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid. We can't be mad at that. We really needed that 3 and out. So that's good that we did it. All right, now my YouTube is messing up, but I mean, you guys can still hear me, so that's good. But I gotta do this real quick. Making me re-log in. For whatever reason. Boom. Boom. All right. And we're back in. Okay, so what were we talking about last with punts, right? So one of the let's get back over here to my whiteboard Zoom, okay? So one of the punts, the fake punts that I like to run, like I said, so boom, quick refresher, okay? They're doubling the A gaps, which is a pretty common thing. One of the B, edge rusher here. This leaves a lot of room open, like in this area in the flats. So I like, if you're a rollout style punt and they're bringing a lot of pressure, need more chase catches, absolutely. Are you concerned that Justin Tucker in the playoffs? I believe in him. I was wondering. Justin Tucker in the playoffs is a contentious subject, right? Because he's one of those guys, like, at one point, is he just going to turn it on and just go back to Tucker? That's always a weird part with these kickers, right? Like, they seem to just switch off at a random point. And unlike other players where there's like some discernible or notable cause, they can also just turn back on. And you're like, oh, there he is. And since it's such a him versus himself position, I think coaches are more likely to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has like, how long has he been in the league? 14 years as to why you should give him the benefit of the doubt. But who really knows? Who really knows, honestly? I would give him a shot. I'd keep him. I keep him. Anyway, So this guy, you chip the 4, right? Run him out here. This guy chips 3. Boom. Send him up to block. And when these guys block down, I mean, you're just wide open. And you see so many times, whenever you see teams just line up with these exact same generic... I think no team should ever be allowed to line up like they're going to rush the punt and rush it as hard as they do and not get punished for it. Okay? Because imagine a punt is either the last play of offense or the first play of defense, however you want to look at it. If you see it as the last play of offense, right? And you know that they're running zero blitz, aka no safeties over the top, everybody's coming down. Don't you just take your shot pass right there? Why do punt teams get such short leashes? Because teams will project when they're about to start rushing. Here we go, back to the play-by-play. Sorry, I got a little long-winded. Joe Burrow, 2nd and 6, pick up a huge chunk. We're down to the 50-yard line, and we're about to start running away with this game. I feel the final score is going to be like 34-20. Come on. We're going to shut them down. They're going to fall apart. Really good design there. Little rub route. DB kind of over jumps it. You see him, he kind of jumps to the outside of that. Boom. And we just come back in there. Not really a rub route. That's the wrong word for it. But a really good play right there. So we're just going to keep eating these bad boys up. We are just going to keep eating these bad boys up. Here we go. Chase rolls out. They pitch it back. And they read that one the entire way. No shot right there. Great play by Kendricks. He's been doing a really good job tonight for the Cowboys. He's been demolishing just all over the field. Really good stuff by him. This has been a surely one of the performances on offense. Like I said, we just gotta let Joe Burrow run the ball more. Like I get, okay, we gotta run, or let Joe Burrow throw the ball more. I get we gotta run. We have to run. It's the technically correct thing to do on the football team. But like, dude, he plays so well. Joe Burrow's playing so well. Just let him cook. Let's see what my wife is saying. Just gotta let him cook. Oh my gosh, we fumbled it. Please tell me he didn't actually have possession of that. I don't think he actually had. I mean, well, he was just down right there, right? What are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna say, I don't think he had possession of that. If he had possession of that, I'm gonna lose my mind. But it looked like he was bobbling it when he got hit, which means it would be an incomplete pass. We're running off to the sideline, but let's take another look at this because I think they're going to rule this as an incomplete when all is said and done. Bobble. Nope, he made a football move. Why is the barrier of entry for what's being a complete pass so low? My gosh. They might not count that as a football move because he literally bobbles it the whole time. Thank you for your... Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Bob Dead. I appreciate that. It's ruled as incomplete. Yes. Yes. I think that was a catch. But we'll take it. It's ruled incomplete. We live. Because that could have been game changing. Okay. Whoo. I told you it was going to be ruled incomplete, but who do you think you should win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Man, they're making this one so hard. If you would have asked me the first 3 weeks of the season, I would have told you there's no chance anybody but Jaden Daniel wins it. Now it's a little bit of a toss-up. Right, 3rd and 13. I was about to lose my mind. I could have sworn... don't get me wrong. It had the makings of an incomplete pass, but he had possession of it, but he didn't have a chance to, make a football move, I guess. He had very quick possession. So I'm not mad that they ruled it as incomplete. Is it a little bit of ref ball? TBD. What is going on back here? There we go. Face mask. I think we just got a face mask there, and that's going to be boom. I think it's a... Come on. You got to call the face mask. We got to call the face mask on that. We got... Gotta win. No. Don't say next drive. We got to call the face mask there, right? Don't tell us that we're getting Vikings right now. Come on. Oh, come on, it's a face. What are we doing? We're going to punt it. Are we really not taking a look at that, refs? What's the... Oh, delay of game? Okay. That's good because I almost missed that. How are we not calling a face mask there? What are we doing, man? That's like the... Bro, the refs... What are we looking at the quarterback? Is nobody looking at the quarterback? Dog, this has been maybe the worst season of officiating ever. This might potentially be the worst season of officiating ever. I don't know. That blows me. Low snap. Great handles. They're not coming after it. They want to return it. Rigo sends it high, sends it far. It's going to take a bounce. Oh, that was so close. A bit too much there, Rico. Dog, I don't know how they missed that either. How are we missing these calls right now? But 2020 was 631. Now I get a little bit worried. 4.77. I think that was what, 65? 65 yards on the punt. Minus 20 on the net. Thanks to second punt was better than the first. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't returned. I'll take that. It was a little bit lower, a little bit more driven. I think they were okay. They were okay getting the touchback there. They're definitely going to be happy with a touchback. Well, let's get the distance real quick and then get the net right afterwards so we can see what this net battle's turning into. So the distance on said punt. Yeah, the NFL really needs to employ some refs, man. Like these renter refs, not working. 62 touchback, net 42. Can't be mad at it. Don't love it, but the net battle is still favored by Brian. And now they start off at the 40. Wait, where do we start? Or not the 40. They start off at the 20. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that the 20-yard line is not a bad place to start. 20-yard line is not a bad place to start. We started last drive at the 26. So we're slowly winning the field position game. Maybe. All right, so our averages right now. Our net punt average. Anybody want to do some quick math? 35, 59, 45. Also, my thoughts for officiating. I'm a Lions fan. I've been for his... You know, I've heard that a lot. I've heard that sentiment a lot from Lions fans, where it's just like, hey, you guys just get a taste of what we've been through the last couple of years. Is that really true? Lions fans, have y'all had it that rough? I've never paid attention to the officiating as much as I have recently. So I can either confirm or deny. 45. Yeah, I think Mahomes definitely would get that flag if it was him. That might be the video, bro. That might be the video. I might make a video after this talking about the officiating there, because how? Yes, for decades. You're passionate about this, dude. We cannot get gashed. We cannot get gashed. We're just letting them run straight up the hash. Straight up the hash. Unbelievable. Yeah, we are getting gashed by the running game, bro. It's not looking good for us. But I feel good. I like our odds. I like our odds as long as Cooper Rush is throwing the football. I like our odds of us winning this game. We just need... I think if we let them take... Best case scenario, and this might be a hot take. Best case scenario right now. Is for us to give up... Or not give up, but if they get a field goal and leave a minute and 53 seconds left, I think we win this ball game. If they go 4 minutes, give us a field goal, I think we're going to have a chance to win this game. It's a little wobbly, a little bit of contact with the receiver at the bottom. Final score prediction, 23-27 us. I think it could be better, could be worse, could be different. Obviously, easier to make a prediction when we're so close to the end. But I think if we let them have like a decent-sized drive, bend but don't break, let them kill some clock, or if we get the ball back with like 3 minutes, I think we could put together that drive to win it. I don't know. It's going to be a little tight. It's going to be a little tight, to say the least. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Cooper Rush drops back. Got a little pressure on him. Ball gets tipped to the line of scrimmage. Okay. Guys. Uh-oh. 4th and 10. We got another punt. That's what I'm talking about. What are we thinking here? Big time punt from Brian Anger. They did not. So they got the ball at the 20. Had a big first down. Now they're at the something yard line. Now they're at the 34. Big ball from Brian. Big ball from Brian. 4-3-1. Really good direction again. Inside the 20, but we take it back out across. Yeah, Brian's not hitting a good hang time punt right now. There's a flag. It cannot be on us. I mean, it can be. It very much so could be, but it should not be on us. I need to do a live stream of the Seahawks-Packers game. Touchdown drive. Looking for the Bengals. Have to. Block in the back. That is block in the back number 2 of the night. Dog, what are we doing? Why are we blocking so many people in the back? Okay. So that increases their net punt once again, thanks to our mistakes. We were just giving away field position. Distance on the punt. I didn't do the math. I'm guessing it's like 49. Just off of vibes. That gave me a 49-yard punt. I'm not going to lie. But let's see. Let's see. So here we go. Waiting on this, but I know that it was a 4.33. 4.33 on that hang time. I'll consider doing the Packers-Seahawks game. I know the Packers punter, so it's 48. I was close. But 10 yards at the 24, so it's 48. It's 52 is what they're going to net when it's all said and done. So it's a 48, net 52, thanks to a penalty. Boom. So that hurts. Our hidden yardage board here, getting filled up. Getting filled up. So they're net punts. So one thing to see here. 2 times. 2 times, okay? Cowboys, boom, have netted more than they have punted. Thanks to penalties. You got it. You know, like that penalty they didn't call on the Cowboys, like that face mask. So that's called a penalty. So typically what that would happen is give free yards to the other team when you do something you're not supposed to. Well, good thing they called some on the Bengals, and we have given them an extra couple of yards here. So we've erased 2 solid returns to push ourselves back, and it's not something that you should be doing. In case, you know, we've got any new football watchers here, which I don't think that we do. But yeah, so that's not something you should be doing. I would not encourage it. But lo and behold, it's happening anyway. But that's okay. More room to cook. We're going to be starting at the 14-yard line. Brian Anger, slowly but surely, having a solid game. All right. He started us at the 7. He started us at the 14. Sure, he did give up a 35-yard net, which we will take. We love when opposing punters net 35 yards. Meanwhile, we have done the most important thing, which is keep Cavante Turpin from completely burning us. Now, Cavante did assist them in getting their first biggest score when he had a 20-yard return to set them up with the plus 40. But as of right now, we have kept him to be a non-issue, which happens when you kick the ball at the back of the end zone, which, you know, didn't take a rocket scientist to guess that that's what they were going to be doing. But guess what? That's what that's what they ended up doing, is kicking the ball deep out the back of the end zone. So Real happy with the results there. Real happy they had some good decision making. But Joe Burrow backed up. Here we go. Takes the snap, play action, runs forward to his left, throws the ball. All right, Jamar Chase. We're going to put up some more just amazing Burrow to Chase numbers here. I hope Burrow's neck is feeling fine. I agree. I think Burrow is a generational quarterback. Now I know obviously, call me God's greatest glazer, but I think he's one of the best that we're like when it's all said and done. Whether he has the rings to support it or not, he's going to be one of the best ball throwers we've ever seen, right? Just so accurate, so poised, so good. Does what he needs to do. Doesn't really get the yips. I'm feeling a Jamar Chase touchdown too. I'm feeling it, guys. But yeah, I think we're in for at least two decades of solid Joe Burrow play. Jay Glazer? The Jay Glazer? Here we go. 2nd and 5. We just need like a nice methodical drive. So this is the awkward situation you get in, right? Here, you don't want to end your drive with a field goal. You don't want your team, you don't want to have to rely on your defense to keep the other team from scoring. And Chase drops it. Okay, got to get Burrow more weapon. Oh, and we get the flag. Okay, never mind. Okay, not sure I saw a flag. Looked like they got tripped up at the top of the route. But they're calling it a flag, and you know what? Better late than never. Huh? Yeah? Little face mask that they missed, and now it looks like they're calling a little redemption flag. Let's see what happens here. A little bit of a tug there. A little bit of a tug there by Lewis. Not totally sure that's the world's greatest flag, but you know what? I've seen worse no calls in the last 15 minutes, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But we're feeling optimistic. We got them right where we want them. I think now you want to score fast because if they respond, you want to put them in an awkward situation, right? Unless your plan is to really milk off all 4 minutes somehow, which our run game I'm not sure is there to support it. So unless we just do a bunch of quick short passes, that might be an option. But we really want to just get in the end zone, give them the ball back with awkward amount of time left, right? Like, give them the ball back with 2.5 minutes, where if something crazy does happen where they do score, we can still maybe have 45 seconds left to go get into field goal range, or if something happens, just give them that awkward amount of time. That would be they could rush the ball with 1 minute and 3 timeouts and be okay. But then again, there's Aubrey. Right, exactly. Aubrey is good at kicking long field goals. That's why I don't love ending this with a field goal here, is because looks like it's going back, potentially a hold, but I think that Brandon Aubrey, you get him an opportunity to hit like a 68-yarder, he might. I think he's got the leg for it. I'll be very interested to see if we try something like that. We got a holding on the perimeter by number 80. Let's see if this is a strong call. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure if that was a great holding call by the officiating crew. He gets a little bit of it. Anytime I tell, I can't hear him, but I saw they called him the rules analyst. So it looks like might be a little dicey, but now we're in an awkward situation. And the real question becomes, do you want to punt it back to these guys? Because I think here they put Turpin heels at the 5 and say, hey, you go get this ball. If it's not deep in the end zone, if you have to catch it at the 1, catch it at the 1. Luckily, they didn't call that. Early prediction, whoever's the ball last will win. I agree. I've been saying that there's going to be a flag. Just dump it off. Looks like there's a holding, so this play is not going to matter. But that's all right. We're just proving that we can do it. Let's get a field goal followed by an NFL record by Aubrey to send it to overtime. If Aubrey sets a record against us with like a 67, 68-yard field goal, I will lose my mind. I will be so torn. So what's the flag here? We're getting a holding call. Yeah. Maybe not the strongest holding call. No late hit on Parsons, of course. Because Joe Burrow refuses to sell and just go down to the floor. All right, so now it's a little, it's a little 2nd and 26. All right, guys. Nothing we can't handle. 2nd and 26. They're going to go empty here. Got to find Chase. I'm honestly, okay, yep, throwing it underneath. Maybe not my favorite play call, but just trying to cut down some of the distance here. Now you got to think, are we looking to get into better field position to punt? Because, like I said, this game could very well come down to, you know him, you love him, Kevontae Turpin. That guy is really good at returning punts, which, if we don't get this first down, is what we're going to have to do. Yeah, definitely a clock management type game. It's a very interesting scenario. Like, you almost think, do you want to even be letting the clock run off like you're doing right now? I mean, two offensive holding calls in one drive is hard to beat. Miss a block, Joe Burrow goes down, and now we have to punt. So this is kind of a nightmare scenario. So this could be a really big time kick. All right, this is where champions are made if you are Ryan Rico. Okay, so if you're Ryan Rico, if I were Ryan Rico, I'm salivating right now because I can be that dude for just a split second, right? This is the moment. Now, 2 minutes left. You need a huge punt here. I'm talking about inside the 10. Do not give the Cowboys an opportunity to get this ball across midfield because they will kick the field goal. Look at me. They're going to kick the field goal, all right? You said fake out and run the ball. I highly doubt they're going to run. I think, if I had to guess from what I've watched of the Cowboys special teams unit, all right, they're going to come out. All right, let's get a little zoom in here on the blackboard, okay? All right, here we go. So we're going to line up like this. Boom, boom, center, boom, boom, boom. So X and then Y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, and then punter, right? So that's how we're going to line up a little formation. It's a little faint, but you'll get the picture, right? I think they're going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to double one of the gunners. I can't remember what hash we're on. They might double the away gunner. Double head up. 8, 9. Honestly, they'll probably just be here, right? Boom. The guy over the top and then another guy back here. And they'll probably just go and try to bracket. This guy will be here, most dangerous man. So the first guy to leak through the line, he's going to go pick up. And then Ryan Rico, it's going to be on him to hit a good, high hang time, well-placed directional punt to keep them in the game. Can you guys see this? 62, 4-9, 5-yard return is my call. That would be awesome. It's a fake punt, cut away. I get that reference. Simpsons, punt channel, or the punt network or whatever it was called. I remember seeing that. Like right when I started my channel, I remember seeing that meme floating around. I was like, hey, that's what I do. But yeah, here's what I got. This is the moment punters live for, all right? So this is the formation that I'm guessing they're going to come out in. There's a chance that they try to spice it up and come after it. I don't think so. I think they're going block, boom, 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 boom. You leave the long snapper out. You go inside leverage on the Y. The X, you're going to just try to double team. This guy is going to have to win this battle, right? Because you want to double team the guy that has to go long range of the field. Because I think Turpin is going to try to come back around down this way. Okay, this might be the biggest punt Ryan Rico's had so far. Look at that. Is that not the exact formation I just said? I got the doubles on the wrong side. And they block it. They freaking block it. You got to be kidding me. Oh, and they touched it. Wait, does that matter for us? I'm trying to do the math in my head. So if they touch it, I don't think that matters. I have to see because it's blocked. I'm not sure if it's a live ball. I'd have to change possession. But let's see what happens here. Okay, so 87. So they're coming off this edge. So right here, so it's this guy. It's the middle guy, right? He thinks exactly what I'm thinking. He's thinking, I've got to get off of this guy, right? I've got to get off of this guy because he's going to try to block me and I need to go cover this punt. So he's trying to shake him. This guy, right, the 2, is trying to shake him. So he runs straight past him. Obviously, the PP is going to pick up somebody else. Now, what's the ruling on this? That's a great question. But, dude, what a series. What a play. Whose ball is it? Is that really a turnover? Because 41 tried to pick it up? Do we get that back? My blood pressure really can't take it. That might be... All right, well, I mean, that's the video. That's the video right there. Oh, my gosh. Blocked punt for a first down. Wow. Wow is all I can even say. Talk about a freebie for us. We have to take another look at that. That was insane. So the guy comes through. Here we go. Quickly in between. Get one more in on this, all right? One more in on this. So the guy's coming through right here. He's coming through that B gap. They literally dodge each other, and somebody's trying to make a play on that ball. So they're trying to make a play, and they touch it, and it's treated like a live punt since it gets past the line of scrimmage. Now, if it was behind the line of scrimmage, I believe it's not treated like a live punt, but since it is, it was treated like a live punt. Meaning that when someone on the Cowboys touched it, it changes the possession, right? And it makes it legal to be picked up. It's treated like a muff. So now the Bengals drive continues. Wow. That is amazing. I cannot believe that we just got to see that live together. Let's go back to the play-by-play. The Bengals are continuing to drive. It's 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Guys, if we get to win this game, just please, for the love of God, do not let this come down to a Cade York field goal. I am asking God, please, right now, do not let this come down to a Cade York field goal. It's not. Jamar Chase, breakaway, touchdown. Woo! Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody is completely lost in the sauce. Nobody was covering Jamar Chase. You can't do that. You got to be thinking, there's one person we have to cover. It's got to be Jamar. There is no way we just one day. Do not call us, hey, in the chat, calling us lucky. We are not a lucky team. I do not want to hear that crap. Okay? That was lucky. But on average, we're not a lucky team. Okay? But that was very lucky. I'll give it to you there. Oh my gosh. Can we get some freaking hype in the chat for that? Chase just gave us the best touchdown. We need Cade York to hit this extra point so no funny business happens. Okay, come on. Hands up for Cade York. We cannot have another block. Little gap replace. Cade York stripes it right down the middle. Welcome to being back on a winning team, Cade York. If I was the kicker, I would pretend the football is you, Isaac, and I would get a world record kick. Oh, you're going to kick me? That's not look. That's good football. Oh, my gosh, guys. I cannot believe it. Okay, so we're going to take a look back at this play one more time. For those of you who missed it, 50 seconds left, 3 times out. You forgot, bro. You forgot, bro. It's Cooper Rush. It's over. It's over. So let's make sure this kickoff goes out the back of the end zone. But we got to take a look one more time. Okay, at this punt. So you see that 45 kind of gives his guy a little bit of a push too, like he's going to block him, right? He's trying to get off of him for those watching the replay. Then 27 tries to scoop it up. That's not a smart play. You cannot, in that situation when the ball gets past the line of scrimmage, try to scoop it up. But it's also kind of on the returner. You got to be poison calling, okay? Poison. Get everybody away from that ball. But instead, he lets him scoop it up. We get the turnover, and I get some great content because I'm sure somebody missed that. And that is might be one of the luckiest ways to win a football game, right? Because that should have been disaster the opposite direction. We kick it. It's out of the back of the end zone. We keep it away from Cavante Turpin. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Cooper Rush owns the Bengals. You got 1 minute and 1 second left to think that, bro. Look, Micah Parsons is lost. That man is so pressed. I know that feeling, bro. In college, you have a 50-yard average game, and your team's losing by 32. Yeah, I know that feeling. Oh, my gosh. I'm an NFL player. I'm sure you've heard of me. This is my actual channel. Don't tell anybody. The game is over. Come on. The game is over. No. Look, that was the offsides. Okay, they missed another offsides call. Pick. Okay, no. We're going to... I forgot. We've got CeeDee Lamb. All right, and we're going to leave it wide open. We're going to leave CeeDee Lamb wide open. That's okay. That was just one. 11 seconds off the clock. Cowboys are going to have to start burning through timeouts here. Can't settle for a field goal. But no, I think Cooper Rush is going to turn this one over, guys. Right. Hey, I'm excited to see the special teams breakdown. I cannot wait to get back in there and talk about it. Yes, I remember the game that they're showing right now where it ended on a Brandon Aubrey field goal. That was very painful, and I'm glad it's not going to happen again. The Bengals might be cooked? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Bengals are about to pull off their one and only defensive stop. Now, 53 seconds left is a lot of time in the NFL. If this was college, I'd feel more comfortable. Cooper Rush, looking at the top of the screen, fumbles, falls in bounds. We like that. Okay, they're going to have to waste another timeout. No, they're letting the clock run. I'm even more fine with this, okay? Which, don't get me wrong, 41 seconds is a lot of time. They're letting it run. They're trying to get set. Can't have any illegal formations here. There we go, 35 seconds. Cooper Rush about to get sacked. Cowboys fans, let me hear them, Cowboys fans. Let me hear them, Cowboys. We got any more Cowboys fans in the chat? Or did everybody leave already? Let's go ahead and hear them. That's another sack. That's a third down, and it's a third and long. We need something big here. And what is going on with Hendrickson? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You're okay. Come on. Come on, Hendrickson. You're doing great. Look at this. Great pass rush. Gets off. Just runs him back into the quarterback. Runs him back into the quarterback. He said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take you with me. We're both going to go see the quarterback, right? Don't worry about me sacking the quarterback. Worry about yourself, right? Pushes him back. We are both taking a trip into the backfield. He used the offensive line as a tour guide. Now, 3rd and 15. Safeties playing a little bit back. You can see that they got that one free safety helping out. Looking at CeeDee Lamb. Okay, catch, middle of the field again. They're going to have to waste. No, they're not wasting a timeout. Yes, they are. Okay, so they call the timeout. They're officially out of timeouts. Now, you know every pass from here on out is going towards the boundary. Yeah. So they're using their last timeout. Everything now has to go towards the boundary. Now, remember, this is all off of the back of a blocked punt turned into a first down. And here we go. A little bit of magic. This now don't get me wrong. If this was a Chiefs game, this would be devil magic. But right now, we need this. Okay. I'm praying on it. Here we go. Crossing our fingers. We need a good one here. All right. Trios up top. CeeDee Lamb. Lone receiver down at the bottom of your screen. 4th and 7. Cooper Rush drops back. CeeDee Lamb over the middle. He does have him in the seam. He's throwing to his right, though. It's overthrown. Cowboys fans, let me hear them, Cowboys fans. Because that sounded a lot like turnover on downs. Bengals finding a way to win it. We're both 5-8 now, buddy. Huh? Okay? You guys are so ready for us to be 4-9. Guess what? Now we're both 5-8. We both suck. I don't want to hear it from anybody. What an incredible game. Hendrickson, absolutely phenomenal job. Way to get there. At the end of the game, okay? Key plays. Keep the ball away from Turpin. Hitting a touchback here, clutch. That could have been a punt return touchdown. All right, we gave up a lot. We gave up a whole lot of special teams plays. We gave up a whole lot of special teams yards on penalties. But guess what? We got over it. Bengals win the ball game. Blocked punt could have been a crucial mistake. Turned out to be a 500 IQ play. The special teams stream. Rush is still positive against the Bengals. Lol, bro. Hey. That's great. But guess what? He wasn't positive today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. It's been so much fun. Let's hear it